Hi. Yeah, Lewis is half. Yeah.
Oh, we can fix it.
Move over more. I just always feel bad crowding more.
Whoa, you're blocking my face.
It's either gonna
There you
block
go.
me or
Right in
block
the
what.
middle.
But now it's like
Here,
block
if you lay it down, if you lay it down and face it towards me,
like this.
yeah,
Oh.
then turn it and just rotate it. There you go.
Whoa.
Then it's still picking up the majority of the people that it needs to pick up better. You're closer to it.
It's not taking it.
Also, we're on, I think.
Yeah.
Everybody has a face.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dicey Adventures, Night 7.
Should we not introduce that as Tales of Talerian?
Well, Tales of Talerian is the campaign.
And that's what they're watching.
It doesn't matter.
FYI.
Both names.
Welcome to the group of Dicey Adventures, and we are playing Tales of Talerian.
Dicey
Which is
Adventure
the-
presents. Tales of
Yeah, there we
Talerian.
go. Dicey. Here. Oh, sec. Reset. Go back to the starting screen.
Alright, 1 second.
Alright, welcome everybody, and we are Dicey Adventures presenting to you Tales of Talerian. Is that better?
Perfect.
There we go.
Nailed it.
Philip, he is now the director. No.
Dang it, we gotta do another take.
Cut. She wasn't in the shot.
But yeah, we're continuing our campaign, and feel free to watch us, subscribe, like. Again, we are still working on getting everything set up. The slideshow, have we added any other pictures yet? Or,
Not yet.
No. That's going to be our main goal next week, is making sure we get the slideshow pictures going in. Alec, we're getting all your stuff. We've personally seen the updates and stuff to all the sketches and everything. It's awesome. So again, if you're following and you want to see what his artwork, it's at Drawing Blank. And yeah. Any other stuff? Do you want to, any other shout outs to anybody else?
No, I don't think
I
so.
want to give a shout out to my mom, who always believed in me that I could do this. She didn't really.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Well, I'm going to go ahead and begin the recap while Laura updates her character. Last week we had some interruptions. My dad's doing better. He ended up getting sick. He contracted West Nile virus from a mosquito. So, yeah, that was a little bit of a strange thing. So be careful if you are along the Missouri River anywhere. Just watch out for mosquitoes, because yeah.
Kill the mosquitoes.
So we're doing much better.
Don't go outside.
They're not the insects we care about. Save the bumblebees.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump into tonight. So, last we left off, our group of adventurers continued their mission to rescue their acquaintance, Fury, from the hands of Tyrgon. You continued forward with the use of Ash's beast-shape ability. Fury, while you were riding in the cart, Tyrgon continued to question you about who you are and what happened. What was the reason there was a bounty on you? You avoided answering these questions as best you could, and eventually Tyrgon gave up and tended to his wounds. Ash, Trin, Sinjin, and Enid, you continued to give chase, while Fury accepted his fate and drifted off to sleep. You were startled awake by the clashing of boulders, the splintering of wood. You were thrown from the cart during the giant's assault. You watched helplessly as Sebastian and Bergen were devoured, while Tyrgon and El fled. The giants discovered you and took you back to their camp for breakfast. Along the way, you attempted to send out signals. You tore a hole in the sack you were being carried in of goat heads and body parts.
Hercules.
During this time, the rest of you discovered and saved Skittles, the horse, your horse, from certain death. You encountered Zoran and Tybalt and acquired their help. You found your way to the giants, scouted out the battlefield initially, and attacked. A brutal battle ensued. Sinjin was badly injured. You have slain both the giants, and the aftermath lays before you. So, where we left off is that Zoran was chasing down the other giant and was within melee range of him. Tybalt fired a fireball, killing the last giant. Sinjin, you are laying next to Fury, both battered, broken, in pretty bad shape. Enid, you are feeling extremely sore, taking a giant hit from one of the clubs of the giant. Trin and Ash, you're faring much better than the rest of them, but you are pulling your sword out of the giant that you just slayed, and that is currently.
Am I right by him?
You're about the giant a little ways away.
And I think I'm still across that.
You're only like 20 feet away from him. So.
Who am I closest to? I've pictured being closest to him, but I might not.
So just
might
remember, just because you're.
I didn't get hit last time.
No, but all your stuff is gone.
Yes, I left. My spell slots are gone.
Yeah,
So.
and lay on
Well,
hands and
I
all that
still
stuff.
technically have one more spell slot because I only thought I had 2, but I should have had 3 this whole time.
Okay.
So.
Bonus.
But my lay on hands, yeah,
Okay.
it's gone.
So what are you doing?
Is he the closest one to me?
Him and Fury. The closest one to you is probably Enid or
I'm trying to
Ash.
make amends. Let me make amends.
Do whatever you need
Let
to
me be nice.
do. What you need to do.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because I was across the ravine and you were like in that one
Yeah.
little walkway.
Kind of on my
Enid,
own.
yeah, Enid. You see both of them off to the side, and you can see Enid limping her way towards you guys.
Yeah.
And Ash is beginning to make her way towards you. So what do you plan?
Okay, I just pictured it to be a turnaround and help him up, but he's not really that close.
No, he's like 20. He like crawled, limped like 20 feet away, and that was it.
Oh, that was fun.
I mean,
How's it going?
are you still laying on the ground?
Yeah, right next to him.
My ankles are broken and I can't stand.
Yeah, I'm doing good too.
You look down, Fury, and you can see that his feet are in about the same shape as yours are, and you can see that while he is living, he does have a bone protruding out of the side of his leg currently, as he's sitting next to you.
You okay there?
Yeah, I just trying to figure out if I want to be hero of heroes and giant slayer, or just put giant slayer and not worry about the hero of heroes. I'm not sure.
Do I hear this?
Yeah. And I'm like,
I do hear this.
What do you think?
By the way, I'm saying all this in gnomish.
Okay. What do you think?
Oh, so I don't hear any of that.
I think you have a bone sticking out of your leg.
Yeah,
Where's that cleric friend of yours?
she's safe.
I meant to heal that. I can't stand
right.
looking at it.
Oh, well. Enid!
You hear Sinjin.
Are you okay? You
More or less. I mean,
got a little.
You're making your way over there. You're slowly, but I mean it takes maybe half.
you
a
look
minute
at
to get
this
over there.
half of my body, I'm alright.
Yeah,
Maybe don't look at this half.
I'm the one that's supposed to be close to death, not you.
Well, I just
Can I-
wanted to see what all the fuss was about.
I'm also cannot heal. I am so sorry.
No problem.
Can I do a medicine check to try to like
I can
stable
actually
it?
heal.
To...
I can actually
You can
heal.
heal yourself? Then
Yeah.
heal yourself.
Yeah, I have one more spell slot left.
I'm out.
The rest of us
I
are
already
out.
raised my HP,
You
but
can
I
heal
will
Okay, I'm
try
like, I
to
can't.
set it as best I can and use my last cure
I will
wounds.
say that you can roll a medicine check with advantage because Trin's helping you. She said she was going to try to help you set it.
Sweet. Ooh,
That's
nice.
holy crap.
21.
21.
Nice.
Okay, so you reset the bone, kind of get it popped in, and you heal it up, and the wound is healed. It does feel like your leg that there could potentially still be a couple broken bones, like fractured. Like it's one of those things where it's just like you got mauled by a giant club.
But the bone is back in.
Bones back in. You're not bleeding. It's no longer gonna like you've ceased the ability to get like disease or infections from the wound and stuff. You essentially got it back in. It's set, and it's
One of
healing.
And it's not grossing Fury out anymore.
Yeah.
You do the same to mine. As my feet are just kind of sticking out. And
Oh, yep, I can. I can use it another. Yeah, I can. No, I can't. I wouldn't. Yep, I can. One more. I use this and 3 of this, so I could do 1 more cure wounds.
The injuries has got his brain one.
Yeah,
Okay.
blood loss. I can do 1 more cure wounds on him. You want to help set his ankles?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you two make a medicine, or choose who's making the medicine check.
Okay.
You rolled well just now.
Good. That's a 6 this time.
You bet. He just was very concerned about himself.
I was.
Anything
Did you
involved
break
with
it
you is just
more?
a bad roll, apparently.
At least it wasn't a natural 1.
Figures.
He
Wait,
tries-
he tries setting
Zoran,
the.
you still got one of them crumb
So
cakes?
Trin's trying to help set the bone, and you see Sinjin. He's currently working on casting the spell, and you see his leg kind of give out from underneath him. And as he does that, he accidentally bumps into Trin a little bit, and she accidentally twists your foot, and you're like,
Does
Well,
he
does
still,
it
Sinjin!
not feel good?
does he still, in theory, get the HP from the cure wounds, though?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Why are you guys torturing him now?
What?
but your
We're
ankles are still
helping,
both
I
currently
think.
broken.
Sinjin did it.
Wait, how much did you heal? For some reason, I just rolled it.
Oh,
Is Zoran
is it
still
plus
around?
your what?
I know, that's what
Yeah,
Your
they're
charisma.
Zorn and Tybalt are
8?
off. Like,
Four.
Crumb cake.
Oh wait, I was at full
Yeah.
health.
You were just knocked out.
Yeah. yeah, you were.
I'm gonna go like hobble over to them.
So all that went straight to my ankles.
It's like a Krabby Patty with your hips.
Yes.
Thanks for that.
Are you going
That
for
needs to
Skittles?
be a meme.
No, I'm going over to Zoran and Tybalt.
ASAP.
Ah,
You see Zorn's
No,
currently.
first it goes to your
Just
ankle.
Tybalt's and-
Then you explode.
So our party is looking pretty rough.
Oh,
Can you guys
jeez,
help
totally
at all?
forgot.
I can do a little
Mainly
more healing
these two.
if anybody.
Mainly, yes, the Sinjin and the kid.
You have extra
Alright,
damage.
I'm fine. He's
I-
been
We
bad
can
technically
anyway.
see what
walk,
we
but
can do.
my-
Well,
Can you walk?
It's
I don't think I
not
can walk.
very skilled in medicine per se. I can do basic bandaging and
It's
whatnot.
enough to get us walking.
Zorn is like, I've been known to make splints, and I can do that. I'll help do that. I can try to help set bones maybe. So who Zoran can roll, or if someone else would like to help him, or
I can-
you've already
Unless you have a
done.
better medicine.
Maybe
I
you
say
should
I
help
have
since-
healing spirit again.
Okay, you can help.
Let's do
Okay,
that.
so he
Huh?
begins starting it, but
No,
you're gonna
probably
do
not.
it. Sets. Okay, so I'll have you roll separate. So you can roll with advantage.
I don't think
Roll
HP is
one
the
for
issue. It's trying to figure
determine who you're
Yeah.
working on first.
Yeah.
It's more like we've seen a splint them.
I guess I
Appropriate.
probably
Just
just feel like
couple it
Fury's a
out.
little worse off. So.
Okay.
And not
So
fall
this is for
on it.
Fury. So roll with advantage.
Ooh.
18
Plus your medicine.
plus 4, so 22.
22. You see Enid, she comes over and you see Zorn, he's currently, he pulls out some sticks that are nearby, like that have been broken apparently from firewood and stuff. And you see he has some bandages and he slowly sets them in as he gets them both set right by each other. You see Enid, she kind of takes your foot's kind of jagged at an angle and you feel it pop back in place. It hurts, but it's like, oh, it feels great as soon as it
Thanks
like
for that.
a rush of relief, but it's still painful. But it's kind of now it's just throbbing. And Zoran gets it wrapped around and stuff, and he just says, "You're still probably not going to be able to walk on this. It's
I have no
for a
plans
little
to.
bit. You're gonna have to let it rest for a little bit."
Just-
Okay, so
Bones
they do the
bothering
same
you.
thing with the other one since you were both 20. I'll say for us both. Okay.
Okay.
All right. This one. All right.
Can I limp on my leg now since it's set and cured over?
Yeah.
I'm fine. Should we stay here? Do more giants hang out in groups? How many giants were there?
I think
I mean, I took out like a dozen,
right?
but were there more than that?
There were
Two,
a
and
dozen
you
here.
didn't.
I think there
Just
were only
so
these
there's
two,
stories,
based
right?
on
Oh,
there's the rubbish pile over there, corpses and.
that's good. I
He gets
didn't
a
know
little
how I would have missed
excited.
10 more giants. That would have been bad.
Would I?
Oh,
So,
Should I loot the bodies? Would you do that?
might as well
Make it up
to
for
try to see what
I'm
we
going
can
to.
find if
Maybe
there's
some
anything.
gold. We need gold.
I need
Oh.
money. I need
Zoran's like, by the way, as a favor for what you did for me, this in addition to, there was a posting in the tavern at Hodrick's Hammer for finding a couple of hill giants. If you want to take the reward for that as payment for saving my life.
Yes.
So, but then we are even.
Do we have to go back to Holdrick's Hammered?
I believe to reclaim the reward, yes. But you don't have to, obviously you don't have to do that right now, but proof, if you want to. I've done yours before. And you see he goes over and just, and you just see the ear fall off. And I mean, it's about this size.
Fantastic.
So
We need to get it back.
Yeah.
Who
So you
gets
won't
to
sit-
carry the ear? I'll carry it.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, Zach.
It's just kind of flimsy.
do we need two? Do we need two?
Probably.
2 left ears, 2 right ears.
Probably.
2 of the same.
Oh, we could just do 2 of the same, probably.
What
We
are
need
they
two of
going
the
to do
same.
with an ear? Do they like make a hat?
Do you think you can make a hat out of it?
No, I
it's
just
just
didn't know if
proof.
it meant like giant
I
ear.
think they're assuming if you get close enough to take off a hill giant's ear, you've probably killed it.
Yes.
Maybe.
Is that the assumption, Zorn?
Yeah, I mean, as long as you've got proof that it's kind of hard to fake a giant ear. I mean,
Cool. So let's take both right ears.
okay, so it's like I took off the left, but it's alright.
Oh,
I have 2 left.
I prefer the
Cuts
right.
off the right one. So now there's a earless giant
Yeah.
currently
Fine.
Yeah.
laying on the ground.
Oh.
Yeah. You see Zorn begins kind of scavenging, looking through stuff.
I am also looking through stuff.
Okay. Where are you looking?
In the... If they've got bags or if they've got pockets.
They wear a loincloth, but they do have a satchel, and it's a giant bag.
I'm gonna like
It kind of
slice
wraps-
it
I
open.
would not look in there.
Can I just like slice it open and like lay it out so I can like
Sure.
see what's
You-
in there without like digging through it?
I cast gust in that general direction.
You just kind of to get the
Oh,
smell
I was like,
away.
you're gonna blow it on me?
You're still kind of sitting over there with Sinjin, or you.
I
got-
don't have
you
much
got it.
choice.
Yeah.
Kind of using the shovel as a crutch.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
12.
12. Looking through this bag. Sorry.
I find
There's a ton of goat
gold.
parts, goat pieces
Dang it.
that do
Gold.
float.
I don't want the goat pieces.
However, in the bag, you do see, along with it, pours out roughly 30 pieces of silver.
Okay.
And
we have nothing
I
right
would
now.
say about 50 pieces of gold.
Okay.
So, actually, on that note, do I still have my gold or not? I heard conflicting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you do still currently have your gold. It was they weren't trying to rob you. They figured that their job was just to deliver you safely.
Okay.
Can I do the same thing in the other satchel? Go
Yeah,
look in that
yeah.
one. Ah, 5.
But we'll just keep your. I mean, we're
Keep
just
the
keeping your
12.
other ones.
So it's
Oh,
already
okay,
a hole in
okay.
the other one.
You find about 20 more pieces of gold, and you find 40 pieces of copper. You also do see a giant, like, cloth. It's a fabric material that looks like apparently it was at one point a tissue. You're not sure. It's covered in troll or giant boogers and stuff. But you do see it looks like a fine material, or at least it was at one point. But it's just covered in boogers and such.
Can I wrap it in
How
so I'm
many,
not
how
like...
many copper pieces did I say?
40.
None, no copper. You said
I said
70 silver.
You said
No, did I accidentally add?
It was-
Okay.
It was 40 copper instead of whatever we got.
Yeah.
40 and then
30
30
silver.
Yeah,
Hanky.
and 70 gold.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
So, can I try to like wrap it in however I can so I'm not like touching the nasty?
like you're trying to fold.
I'm trying to like fold it in. You like do it with the
The
Kleenex.
boogers inside.
Well, I mean, it's kind of stuck together. It's kind of like
Ew.
Can I
Let's
scrub
say-
it on the little tiny corner and like? Is there a stream nearby?
We passed a little
yes,
creek
there
here.
is.
That's where I'm gonna go take it to wash
Okay,
it
so
out.
you go over and you start
Washing it out.
You start washing it out. You start cleaning it out. Okay. So you spend the next few minutes doing
Yes.
that. What is everybody else doing?
So I have a
Leaning
tissue. I have
against
a
a boulder.
nice
Okay.
piece of cloth.
Yeah, I'm gonna go sit by the gimps.
Okay. He's actually up. He's
Yeah.
walking around.
I'm
Walk
gonna
around
go
with a
sit
shovel
by
cart.
that
Yeah.
gimp then.
Just
Just gonna go sit somewhere.
Why aren't you?
Now I'm all
purple
for
anymore?
traveling, more and
Why
greatness,
aren't you
but
purple anymore?
maybe we should rest here for the night.
It just happens
Yeah.
sometimes.
Maybe.
You know, I know we wanted adventure,
Glad you're
but
not
this is
like
a little
that.
more than I
Are you?
wanted to.
Yeah.
Should we go check on Skittles?
Yeah. We'll go check on
I'll
Skittles.
say
So you two go check on the Skittles. What are you guys talking about?
I have a bigger question about it.
Just that I'm glad he's not dead.
Can I? Well, you guys leave.
We're going to go check
You
on
guys are still
Skittles.
talking?
Okay.
Yeah. So we're walking
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. So we'll jump to you guys.
So,
You gotta be emo.
why are you guys even here? Are you here to collect the bounty now?
No.
Heard there's 1,000 gold in it.
Am I close to this?
Got-
No.
Got robbed somewhere, so apparently you need more gold.
I get robbed all the time, and I do need money, but really I just thought it was kind of mean that they just took you at night. I mean, that happens all the time where I grew up, and it's not, not good. You don't
Happens
seem-
all the time. Where did you grow up?
Just not a very nice place.
I hear that.
But, I don't know why you have a bounty. Or I don't really even know what that is. I didn't really know what that was until, like, last week. But, hopefully you didn't just, like, kill a bunch of people. Because that really wouldn't be, like, super nice. But you seem like just a sad little boy. So, probably not too bad.
I didn't kill anyone.
So then you're not as bad as those people. Right?
The giants?
Well, yeah, those are pretty bad. But I meant the other people because they tried to kill us.
But
So
they didn't.
Oh, they got really close. And they burned a lot of my hair.
However, you did not ask about if anyone got close.
We'll leave that detail out. It makes it easier to decide.
So you guys just kind of exchange a little bit. Okay.
Almost killed people.
Turn what you wanted to do.
Oh, well.
So you're
Am
just
I just
finishing
standing
up.
by myself?
No, so you're just cleaning it off. Eventually, you two walk past her. She's currently cleaning. You see her kind of scrubbing, kind of going through that.
Is this really a time to bathe? I mean,
I'm trying so
you know,
hard
whatever.
to be nice
we're
to
going.
him.
We're going to check on the horses.
Yeah.
You want to come with us? You can.
Yeah. He's using his. You can see that he's visibly using his sword.
Oh,
Just
I want to
kinda-
use a shovel.
Oh, the shovel. There you go. Okay. He's using the shovel. So.
Ooh, I could do the sword and shovel. Walking sticks.
And now we have the tie to our last
Yes.
episode.
Oh no.
Gold and shit.
All right, so we go check on the horses and then bring them back over to where everybody
everybody
is.
else.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you guys slowly begin bringing them up, and you can see Skittles. Whenever you walk over there, you can see that he is currently standing as this back right leg raised, just not putting any weight or pressure on it and stuff. But you can see that he's
Horse cruise ship.
St. John, you're kind of feeling a little bit like him right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too, buddy. Me too.
Can I walk? Are we all back together again?
Yeah.
Or not that?
So you guys, they bring the stuff over to where you guys slayed the giant. So there's still the two giants that are, one's off in the distance and charred up heap, and then the other one's kind of laying right next to where you were cleaning off the cloth.
Okay. I just wanted to tell them, like, I know got everything stolen, but I found a little bit of gold on them, so I'm gonna give each of them like 10 gold.
You understand?
Damn.
Thank you, Drew.
Oh, you're so nice. Thank
Yeah. That's what my character should have started with. Back to level 1, guys.
Yep.
Oh, so should we rest here for the night?
Yeah, I don't know if any of us are in.
Is it night? I don't remember what time of day it is. It was night, yes. Because we saw the
No,
fireworks.
maybe not like right here.
Let's
No?
We could go back in
cover.
that old broken down house that wasn't really a house.
The giants
anymore.
probably scared anything away that would have been nearby.
That was kind of what I was thinking. It's, this rocky alcove is somewhat fortified.
I can't move.
We'd have that be at our
and-
Back.
Yeah. I think we should still do watches.
I can
but-
keep the first watch.
I can do a second watch.
Alright. Do you want to
I'll do
take third? Alright.
You can see Zorn and Dibble being like, why don't you launch that, you, and you, and I think also you get smacked pretty heavily. Why don't you guys just rest the evening? Zorn and I and the other two that won't hit so hard can watch.
Well, if you're
Even
sure.
the hero of heroes needs a rest.
You're right, slaying giants takes its toll. I accept.
You had a good try. I'm glad to see that you didn't die.
Alright, I'm gonna pass out.
So you lay down, do you go to sleep?
Not right away. I will start casting Blade Ward on myself.
I feel like I go into like an unrestful sleep.
Okay. So, Zorn says, well, I'm happy to take first watch. Anybody else want to take it with me?
I can take it with you.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. I mean,
Or you, I don't really care.
Who does Zora need to talk to?
I feel like you didn't get
Me?
hurt at all, right?
I did not get hurt at all.
So you'd probably be the best.
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay.
so, during this first watch, go ahead and make a perception check.
Should I make one too?
Are you still awake?
I was
Okay.
22.
22. Nice. You rolled pretty good too.
13.
13. Okay. So you'll be aware of their conversations and stuff. Okay. Well, that didn't go like we had thought.
No.
Oh, well, that was kind of a scary situation right there. Those kids. Man. Never thought I'd see them getting smacked around by a giant.
That one?
Well, yeah, those two.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Do you know them from way back?
Oh, they grew up in Kromstad. That's where my family is.
What? Do you know? They're very eager to get back. Do you know what? Anything about their family?
Oh, well, Sinjin's dad. He runs a nice little shop in town, and it's one of my favorite places to go. Just
What is it?
you know what? I think it's just gonna be fun to go there. It's I can't really describe it. It's one of those things that you just have to be there. It just when you go there, it's just
What do you buy there?
exactly. That's the point. Exactly.
Okay.
It is. Yeah, it's
I'm
it's
picturing
fantastic.
something.
So-
Something from Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you could imagine something,
Oh.
whether it be a weapon or an item or a tool, it has been modified, changed to be something different and unique, and for a completely different purpose than it originally was intended. It's fantastic.
Okay.
Enid's another story I'm not going to share too much information about.
She seems so
She's
she is distracted is the wrong word. I don't know.
There's a lot. Feel free to talk to her. I'd rather her be the one to tell you anything. I'm not privileged to say anything more than what I know. So, but yeah. Where did you find that?
What?
That thing you've been cleaning.
Oh, it was on the giant.
Mind if I see it? You see, he takes it, and as you've cleaned it off, you can see it, instead of being the deep browns and stuff that was covered in like yellowish sludge, it's more of a black. It is a black cloak of some sort,
Ooh.
with an inlay of green threading along the edges. And you see him beginning to look at it and just kind of being like, "When you guys found me, this is what those people were wearing."
Oh.
I was here.
So.
You see him begin to start looking at it and stuff. And
Is there anything magical about it?
I don't know.
Or is it just...
I'm good at using magic to kill things. That's my forte. But
I don't even know if I'm good.
Madam Boutique. So.
he turns it around and you can see he holds it up to you and is pointing out to something. It looks like a script of some sort along the inside underneath. And it's very small, but it's written in it's like almost etched in there in the green.
In what language?
What languages do you speak?
Common, Dwarvish, and Giant.
You've never seen this script before.
Okay.
But Tibbles will know. Yeah, screw it. Tibbles! He starts shaking him awake. Tibbles! Yes, yeah, you're right. Yeah, yes. I got something. Yeah, he couldn't wait till the morning. Well, so, he begins showing to him, I don't speak it. I can identify that it's abyssal in nature, in writing.
What would you say?
Abyssal.
Abyssal the language.
Like
abyss.
ABYSSAO.
Demonic.
That's no good.
Demon.
Okay.
Nope.
I rise from my sleep speaking.
I'm not like
Sorry, nightmares.
in the morning when I get some sleep. I have a spell that I can use to translate it. So I don't think anybody in your group would necessarily speak it. But no, in the morning when I get to rest, I would be happy to let you.
I didn't do it.
Jackass. He looks at Zoran and he lays back down. You just see a smirk go across his face.
Can we get a mirror in here so he has someone to talk to when he's talking to himself?
Idiot. Hey.
So, you see Zoran lays back.
He holds it just right. It
Zoran's
can go
like,
in the camera.
well, whoever it is dead. I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
You see him. He gets up and he starts kind of rummaging through the pile. The pile of there's bones. Like the mass of the pile. The main majority of it is you can see deer parts.
Yeah.
Mainly, it's mainly bones, pieces of cloth, torn pieces of clothing and stuff. It's junk. You see him going through. And he's like, huh. He reaches in, and pulls out a long sword, and it's just like, well, that'd be useful.
Can I use if mine glows? Can I just like kind of be
Sure.
seen?
Go.
Like,
You want to help him?
Yeah.
Okay, so you go and make an investigation check with advantage. Then, if you're, or he'll, no, you won't.
sure.
Yep.
Find out super great.
Maybe it's better.
You got this. You got this.
19 plus
Yeah.
20, not natural.
20. Okay. So you start going through, sifting through the pile a little bit more as you're doing this. You get to a point where you have to kind of like just start shoving bones off to the side, and you get to the bottom of the pile, and you see at the bottom of the pile you can see what appears to be a little piece of leather laid over the top of a mound of something.
Pick it up.
Okay. There you find 192 pieces of gold.
Yes.
You find 46 more pieces of silver. and you find 302 more pieces of copper.
Didn't carry all that.
And you also find a tiny, like, carved statue of a goat.
Can I ask Soren what he thinks this is?
An ice devil. I just know it.
Well, I'm assuming this was the giants' hiding place for their treasure. It's kind of smart, actually. For being as dumb as they are, people probably don't want to go through all the piles and bones and stuff, and they're probably going to keep anything else away that would want to go through it. So, yep.
Is that what the goat means? That's what I'm asking about the goat.
Oh, it's a carving of a goat.
Oh.
I don't know.
Magical.
Well, can I do like an Arcana check on it?
Sure. Are you skilled in Arcana?
Oh, no, I only have +1.
You can definitely go ahead and roll to see if you can discern.
Natural
if it's
20. Ah.
That's a really pretty carving of a goat.
Well, I'm gonna hang on to it just in case.
That's fine.
I like goat.
Well,
Enid might know.
you see him. He reaches down. He grabs about.
Are you?
He finds. So, did you already write down all the
Wait.
gold?
Oh, you are.
Can I?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I'm still awake.
Yeah, you're still
Can
awake.
Oh, you too.
Bring it here.
The goat? I forgot you were awake. Do you know what this is?
Let me see. I am skilled in Arcana.
Okay.
Just like a pet goat from now on.
22.
There you go.
Matters!
Thank you. Thank you.
It's one of those things. Having magic just kind of innately in you. You know that wizards can use spells and stuff, but you can almost just kind of get the faint sense. But yeah, you can feel that it has some magical essence to it.
It's magical, but it's all I can tell.
Okay.
You need a specialist to tell you exactly what it does or anything.
Okay.
I hand it back.
It's like stick it in my pocket?
Sure.
Do I have pockets? I have no bag, so.
You have like sacks and stuff.
Okay,
you
like
have
normal, like,
you have an
stuff.
explorer's pack. that
I'm
you
just,
have.
every one we've had, I've had a bag of holding. So I feel very lost without the bag of holding. Every campaign.
Which is why we always give it back to you. Because none of us know what to do with it. It's like, oh, right, I have it.
I have that. I gotta write stuff in here.
You're our keeper of things. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
It's been for years.
Alrighty. So you get that stuff.
I guess I can talk to Fury since he's up.
Sure.
I'm going to bed.
Okay.
So,
Can't even make friends when I want to make friends.
No one wants to.
you see Soren go like, oh, thank you. So Zoran, he takes 20 of those gold pieces and he does put them in his own pocket.
Takes him out of my hand?
No. Well, so
Oh, like
you
from
guys
the
just
pile.
start collecting them, and you see he
you're
collects
like-
20 more gold pieces, and you see him, he goes and he has in a little sack and he ties them, and you just see him set next to Tybalt's.
Okay, so he takes 20.
20 and 20, so 40.
Can I hold the rest of that or not? Is it too much?
Yeah.
Okay, so I put it on my pockets.
Okay, so you have the rest of the money.
We don't know the weight of these
I think your
items.
personality's coming out.
Agreed.
I need money, guys.
Goblin.
Okay.
I'm.
Oh, the shinies.
Okay. So you guys finish out your watch.
You don't know. You don't know have any of these guys.
Next to Tybalt and Ash.
You would know,
Okay.
yeah.
And as a note,
I've
like
no-
in my
I'm-
sleep,
But
Enid
luckily,
has reached
I
out
don't
and she's holding
Right. I have
things.
no feeling towards you, like of
Okay.
I just
trust.
Okay. So
Wait,
you
in real life
it's
or
not
your dream?
mutual.
No, I'm real.
Oh, okay.
So
She's
make a
dreaming.
perception.
Dreaming
You
about
do
it.
not
Dreaming.
trust
We
me.
only get to holding hands.
12.
Even though I
Well,
just saved your life.
You feel the pressure there. It kind of makes you
There.
pop your eye open. You see that he has reached out and is holding your hand.
Close my eyes.
Okay. All right.
You're so cute.
Okay.
I just picture these two little mugs.
One's leg is shattered.
Yeah.
And he's like limping along with his stick.
He's got a shovel and a sword to one side and they're just cuddling.
going skiing. All right. So you, Tybalt is up with you. That was unfortunate being woken up for the late
What happened?
Those two decided to wake me up. Well, not you. Those two decided to wake me up and
did not.
ask me if I knew something.
They were asleep.
You don't happen to speak Abyssal, do you?
I've never heard of that before.
Well, it's a good thing that you haven't. Anyways.
We could throw stuff at them to make up for them waking you up.
it's alright, they need their rest. Well, so, what is an Eladrin doing here in the material plane? I've seen maybe one other, but it was by a chance meeting of sorts, and they were quickly making their way back to the Feywild.
Well, it's kind of a really long story. I asked you if you'd heard of anybody named Carden before, right?
Yes. I said I would look into it. Nobody that I've reached out to has mentioned any of the name, but it doesn't mean that you won't be able to find him. Sometimes it's just about asking the right people. I would recommend taverns. Taverns are the best place to ask, and if you kind of just speak out, you might turn an ear that unfortunately you may have to pay a couple of gold, but you might be able to get information that way.
Well,
It's because you have so much gold right now.
yeah, so much gold.
But, no, I'm happy to keep asking.
Yeah,
Does he? Who is he, if you don't mind me?
I don't really know. I know he's a warlock.
Oh, okay. Do you know who his patron is?
No.
Oh.
I don't really know anything about him, and I'm not allowed to say much more than that.
Not allowed to. Oh, fair enough. Okay. I've heard noises. So.
I do have some questions. Maybe
Yes.
let me go back some pages.
A little pocket journal.
I keep a journal of questions to ask random people.
You seem while you're talking, while you actually go through your own
Yeah.
journal, he's looking around, keeping an eye out.
Yeah, I'm doing a bad one. Okay. Have you heard of anything called the Heart of the Oasis?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Nobody
it's a
ever
legend.
says yes. What is it?
There's tale of an oasis off in the Errant Wastes. Smugglers have spoken of it before that have made their way across the Errant Deserts down to Smuggler's Respite off in the east. Most people don't journey across the Errant Waste. It is full of monsters of various types. And
Are they monsters like the monsters we just fought, or are they like really, really bad monsters?
They're different. They are, well, I would say of an intelligence. It's a different life in the Errant Waste is difficult for anything, and so everything and everything eats each other. And so it is more of just the survival, and so you cannot fault these creatures that live there. That is just their nature. And so obviously the forts are set up to keep any of those monsters at bay. Fort Dunin, Nunin, Annan. Yes, those are set up along the eastern side of Cromstoke to make sure that nothing enters in. Nothing leaves the desert. So but anyways, the Heart of the Oasis. It's told that there was a druid that found themselves lost in this errant wasteland and devoid of water and resources. They gave their life. This is the legend. Obviously, like I said, this is a legend. No, I've never heard of anyone encountering this, but there's said to be an oasis in the Errant Waste, and if you find it, there is a gem. It is essentially the essence, the soul of this druid that was taken. They sacrificed themselves, and it was given to this spot, and it created this beautiful landscape that just produces water, ever-flowing life to creatures that would come. Yes, that's what it is. There is a gem. It is also said that it is well guarded by fey-like creatures that inhabit the area as part of the spell, as part of the last sacrifice of the Druid. But, like I said, it is a legend. It doesn't exist.
Well, I know it's just a story, but like, what would somebody do with that if they had it? Does it do anything, or does it just make stuff grow?
Well, I think it would just depend on what it actually was. If it actually did exist, based on what it's doing, is it makes. Oops. I am not familiar in druidic magic myself, but I'm assuming that it would almost be. I focus on conjuration magic myself, but I assume that it would be a permanent conjuration of sustaining something. So the conjuration is of this glade. It sustains whatever it is meant to sustain itself. So, to me, being a conjuration wizard, finding something, for instance. Oh, by the way, I've figured out what I'm going to do with my spell. So what I'm going to do.
The poop spell?
Poop spell.
Is it a different spell?
No, bat guano.
Yeah, the poop spell.
No, bat guano was the job that you did for me. Anyways, the fire, the hellhounds. You remember you killed those for me?
Oh, that
yes.
one. Okay.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a tuning fork, and I'm going to place it in the Great Conflagration, in the elemental plane of fire. And what I'm going to do is, I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I'm going to figure it out. But I'm going to get something there. That way you can conjure the fire from that spot. And you release it here on this plane for a short period of time. It's going to be fantastic.
What are you going to do with that much fire?
Well, no. It's you harness it. It is to use against enemies, obviously, but many of the mages of the Mystic Arcanium can use it to various means. There's evocation specialists that can use it for defeating monsters and using it to clear out enemies. It could be used to yes, any number of reasons. Fire is used to destroy things, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
Your
it
magic
also,
is very
through destruction of
complicated.
fire, it does bring new life. It creates a fertile environment for new life to grow. So, that is that.
That's true.
So, okay, well.
Let me go back a couple pages.
Oh my goodness.
I have.
So he's like sitting there.
Whew, I don't understand what I wrote.
The Dark Dwarf's hammer.
Yep.
And the Serpent's eye.
That did not look like dwarf. I have serpent's eye. I couldn't read dwarf. Have you heard of the Dark Dwarf's hammer?
Strangely enough, yes.
Unfortunately for me.
Story time with Tibbles.
This is amazing. Everything is going so well.
The new name for for this episode.
Story time with
Tibbles.
Yes.
We'll make clips.
Well,
Great.
Wikipedia.
This one I'm not as familiar with. You would have to ask someone probably more familiar with the Order of Devout. Order of the Devout. It's one of the guilds.
Order of the Devout?
Order of the Devout, yes. You can find one of the guild halls in Comstock.
Okay.
What I can tell you is that it's very base. From what I can remember, is that there was a paladin that served the god. They betrayed that god in search of power. That power was then stripped from them, and they have been cursed. And cursed eternity to be just out of reach of that power. So.
That's a sad story.
Yes, well. Don't go pissing
What
off
does
the
the
gods.
hammer have to do with it? It's their hammer?
Well,
Is it the dark?
Again, you would have to ask someone that is more familiar with the
Not
story.
the Order of the Devout.
Yes.
Okay. I have one more question. Sorry, they're sleeping. The serpent's eye.
Serpent's eye.
Yeah. That one is not very... I was talking about you guys.
You're talking to us?
Unfortunately, I have not heard of the
Like I'm
serpent's eye.
sleeping.
That's so strange. You did get 2. That was better than I expected.
I'm glad I could be of help.
Yeah, you know a lot.
So, well, I told you some information that you needed. Now, why don't you tell me why you can't tell me more information about...
But if I can't tell you, why are you asking me to tell you? I already told you I can't.
Like, you can't. Like, there's something stopping you. I mean,
I could, but you make a deal and you make a promise and you have to keep it. That's how they work.
So you've spoken to someone that you are not willing to... So you were told that you could not say anything about what you were doing.
Yes.
Okay, well...
So you understand it's not a good idea to not do that.
I understand.
Right.
I understand, but if it meant helping you or hindering you, I mean, if someone could help you, I mean, obviously I've just helped you further along in what you need.
I don't think knowing who it is would help. I just need to find that other person. Because they...
The garden.
Yeah.
Okay, understood. Okay, well...
The other stuff is different.
Okay. Well. Alright, well. That was fun.
Yeah. Is there anything happening out here? It's so quiet.
Good, make a perception check.
18.
You see a very long, lasting shooting star shoots across the sky. This is out in the atmosphere.
Did you see that?
What? Oh, damn it, I just missed it.
It was so cool. Don't worry, I made the wish.
How do you know about wish? So selective.
Well, may I ask you one last thing before we wake the others?
Yes.
You look different than when I first met you. Is this, based on my subtle understanding, is there been a change?
Well, you said you've heard of my kind, right?
Yes.
I haven't met many others like me, but I do know that we can change colors based on sort of how we feel. Kind of because of, the seasons.
Yes, I understand that. It just...
Well, we almost died like 5 times. It sort of put somebody in a bad mood.
I understand.
Yes, it does.
Well, was just concerned.
That's all. Everybody's so concerned because I'm not this purple. Like, it's not normal.
Alright, well, let us wake the other one. So, they come over. No, you don't have third watch, do you?
I mean, you wake us up, it's fine.
You see, Tibble feel like, oh shit, we did not think this out. I think those two would be fine to wake up. Let's do that.
Yeah.
We've had a full rest of this morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. They wake you up.
Ah! In the morning?
No, we said we were going to sleep,
Actually,
but we did not count that we needed 3 watches. So
3 is a hard number. I got this.
So
We
so
saw a shooting star. Good luck.
Good
Bye.
night.
Awesome.
Good night.
So they go to sleep. Ash slowly goes to sleep.
Go to sleep.
How's my ankle feeling if I stand up and start to move?
You stand up. It's very tender. You can put pressure on it, and you can walk on it.
Without my double crutches.
You set the crutches down for a second, and you try to move without it, and then it's painful. Might take some time.
Right. But I can walk.
You can walk.
Okay.
Your current speed is reduced by 5. Until it is healed, and it might take a while.
Sorry. I saw that.
How are you feeling?
I just feel like a lot has happened in 48 hours.
Yeah.
Tea Garden seems so long ago.
Yeah. There was I didn't really plan on all of this happening when we set out, but, you know, life of an adventurer. Yay.
It's a lot of... It's more adventure than we signed up for.
Yeah, but they need us. They'd be lost without us.
Agreed.
I mean, especially him. I mean, he might be dead without us.
That's for sure. We almost died for him.
Yeah, I don't know what it was we were thinking, but, you know. There's worse ways to go out.
Hero's death.
You haven't been your normal perky self recently. Didn't really have time to talk to you about it because we've kind of been in a rush, and there's been purple horses and regular horses and giants, and there's been a lot going on. But you all right?
Well, back when we were in Tea Garden before this craziness started,
Yeah.
Fury was kidnapped. In my sleep, the Veiled One visited me.
Was it creepy? I bet that'd be creepy.
Well, it was kind of peaceful until I was shown. Until I was shown that I don't know if my brother's who I thought he was.
What do you mean? You knew your brother? He was like a father to you.
Yeah. I'm just so confused by what I saw. Showed me him poisoning my dad. And I just don't know. I'm so torn
Do you
and confused.
believe that happened, or do you think it's just a dream and just a nightmare?
There's just so much I don't know about what happened back then.
And you're sure it was this deity, not just a bad dream?
Yes. Yes. So, I don't know. I feel like I'm getting more questions than answers.
Yeah.
I don't want to believe it. If it is true, there has to be more to it.
He wouldn't do that. I mean, unless someone was controlling him like they were controlling Trin during that one battle. I mean,
That's an easier explanation than the alternative.
that's got to be it. If that even happened and it wasn't a bad dream, there's no way your brother would do that. Maybe it was someone who changed to look like your brother. You know, people can do that. They can look like other people and then do bad things and blame it on them.
I sure hope that's what happened.
I'm sure that's all it is. I mean, we'll keep researching it, but there's no way. I don't think. There's not. Nope, there's no way.
Well, I'm glad you're more assured about it than I am. I feel like I'm more confused than ever.
We knew him. You knew him.
Maybe your parents can remember some details from back then.
Yeah. That'll be fun. I'm sure they're having a blast. They'll really get a kick out of me coming limping back after my great heroic adventure. It'll
You're
be
the
fun.
hero of heroes.
Yeah. Well.
Slayer of hellhounds. Killer of giants.
Yeah. Winner of money and loser of more than I had. Yep. We're gonna cut out some of these titles. We'll figure out the best ones and put them in there. Probably leave that last one out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The loser of gold.
Yeah. That's gonna be bad. What are we doing when we get back to Cromstock? Are we we just save this kid? Do we just leave him now?
Well, I definitely need to visit the bank because I thought we'd come back ready to go on more adventures.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably need a little bit of downtime.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you need to heal.
Yeah. But there's probably I mean, you're great at healing. If you over time,
Yeah.
every
I'm
day,
getting
worked a
better.
little.
I'm
Yeah.
getting better.
Oh, I feel good. It's good. I can handle anything.
I can heal you a little more.
No. Save it. We don't know what the day holds. I'll be fine. But, yeah. Do we make our perception check?
Yeah, go ahead and make perception checks.
Natural 20.
Oh gosh.
I'm watching
Do I even need
everything.
to roll?
I see 2 shooting stars.
18.
So you guys had started a little bit of a fire.
Yep.
You guys
That's
started
right.
a fire. You're sending it.
Figured it was.
You're off. You're just kind of sitting there, and you look at one of the giants, and you catch. It's just currently just dead on the ground, and you look, and you can see there's a little bit of a reflection coming from inside of one of the giant's mouths.
You see that?
Yeah. What is that?
I don't know, but I don't think giants get much dentist work done.
So you think it's...
Probably. So, I don't know. Let's
I don't
go
know.
find
Let's
out.
go
So you guys go over to the giant.
With a shovel. Try to pry it out or poke it or see what it is.
So you kind of lift up the lip a little bit, and you can see there appears to be a giant gold bar about this big that has been shoved into the tooth hole of one of the giants.
Pry it out.
I think we could kill more giants.
I
Okay.
know.
You have a gold bar worth 1,000 gold pieces.
Oh!
You had to roll a natural 20 to see it.
Really? Always your characters.
Always. Every campaign. He goes from poor to rich, like, overnight.
So maybe we don't need to go to the bank.
They had some money
We'll
too.
probably have to
Damn.
cash it in, but
Yeah.
I sent
yeah.
the dragon to the city instead.
So where are we going next?
Your
We'll
gold.
drop off Skittles, check in with my parents, and
Rest.
rest and
Say run away
see what the rest of people want to do. You know, we
We
might
can buy
need them.
we'll
See if
buy
they
a bigger map.
see if they should.
Yeah.
Let's leave.
Yeah, to see where we're going. It's kind of on the corner of our map, and
Yeah.
I don't know what's beyond there. Yeah.
Ask around.
Let's stow this away. Okay.
Let's make a note real quick
So-
out of game that Trin was very kind with her.
You're right.
Just so that
You're right.
we
You
are
have 342 gold
And
and
I'm
gave
getting
away
us
20.
That's copper.
I
That's
have 10
copper.
gold.
I'm getting ready to share that, but now I don't really want to.
Out of,
Even
out
though
of,
I don't know that
Let me
that
just go ahead and
happened.
out
cut
of
this
game
bar
still.
up. You can't cut the
This is
bar
all
up.
out of game.
You
All
can't
out of
cut a
game.
bar
You
up.
cash it in, you share the gold.
Have you ever seen A Knight's Tale? They definitely cut that piece of gold off there.
Uh,
Just take that
Gold
out.
is actually pretty malleable.
It's very soft.
Yeah.
You can
Gotta-
easily
You can cut it.
Easily.
I don't think he's persuaded.
All
I'm
right.
not going to. That was all out of
So-
game. Anyway,
Okay. So your evening comes to an end. You all wake up
money's gonna divide the party.
feeling refreshed.
I
Your
know.
your bones are still broken. Both you two. Your ankle, both your feet being crushed. Yes, the healing took place, but it's wait, no, they set your bones. You're on splints, so you can walk with assistance. It might take a little bit more healing to get it to go there. Yours was a much more serious issue. That bone, it shattered the bone. There's fragments in your leg that are. There's pieces of bone that didn't get reattached. So it might take a little bit more healing or a little bit more.
But you said I can walk and just reduce that.
Yeah.
Hey guys, overnight I had a great chat with who was that with?
Zorn.
Sorry.
He's right here.
So I know, I can't remember the name. So we were digging around and I found some more gold, so I wanted to share it with you since it was a group effort to get the gold. I was already planning this before you found that stuff. Anyway, so I give everyone 20 more gold.
Well, thank
Thank
you
you
so
Thank you.
much. You're the nicest
You saved me.
person ever.
I
You
just-
sure?
I just kind of gestured to my current gold
And you
pouch.
see his gold pouch is pretty sizable.
Okay. If you're sure.
I want to
I'll give them each 5 more.
start
These 3.
using my new prestidigitation, actually finally cleaning
You can
like
keep
the blood off
Okay.
my wound, Just
Okay. So for the
You took
first
it, right?
time, you
Fine,
see,
okay.
you watch as he casts
25.
prestidigitation. You can see his hair kind of sweeps off, like a little bit out of his eyes. It still goes over the eyes a little bit, but it's cleaner. It's not matted or anything like that. You can see he cleans it up and stuff. And his robes, they don't mend, but they're clean. And you can see much more of his features.
and probably a few little details. You could probably actually see maybe a few bruises on my face because that were covered in dirt beforehand.
Out of curiosity, Zoran, the giant thing, we're not probably going right back to T-Guard, but do you know how much that was for?
The giants.
It's just sad.
I think that's in my other notebook.
Don't.
It's fine. If you had ballpark,
I think
cool.
it's like 50 to 75 gold pieces.
Awesome. Just curious.
So that's worth something. Oh, Tybalt, did you get it? Yeah. Yes, I got it. Yes. We took 20 gold from that pile that we found. Just that was fair.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Just want to let you know.
Pile of gold in a giant's area?
Yes, the gold that I just shared with you, the
The
gold that I
rubbish
just
pile.
told you about.
It was underneath.
I would never have looked there. That's smart. Those giants are smart.
I guess.
Yes.
Every character.
Out of character, I hate your character.
Wait, in character
he's
you
not.
hate his character.
No, in character, I'm really trying to not hate his character.
So, are we all heading back to Kromstock?
You know, your
Should
home
change the
town.
music now.
Yeah.
Yes, unless you think you can't make it.
I can make it just fine. Skittles can't have anyone ride him,
before-
so we may have to walk more than...
I could
Stuff.
help somebody not walk if it's better.
I think he can't walk very
But
well.
before anything, why did you even bother coming to save me? You had nothing to do with me anymore.
It was not right
You-
what they did.
You knew I had a bounty on my head, did you not?
No.
Looking at...
Oh, you're not talking to the whole group? Okay, cool.
I pieced it together. There was this hat.
For the record, he didn't want to come. Just so we're clear.
And I want to cast Detect Thoughts on Sinjin during this.
Okay. So you
did.
just get surface level thoughts without
Mhm.
prying deeper, right? What surface level thoughts is he?
As I'm talking about the hat,
So he mentioned the hat. Was there any other piece of information that you said I had come to some conclusion? You see him beginning the. Is it just verbal or is it what are the components?
I don't know if it's a resist thing. It's not resist.
It's
the
not
first thing,
not for
right?
not for
No.
Yeah,
detect.
let's go deeper as a resist thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, visual, somatic.
Verbal and somatic. So you do see him doing a gesture of some sort. You're familiar with spell casting. It
Mhm.
seems like he's casting a spell. You don't feel any effect, but you do notice that he casts a spell.
Are you trying to kill us? Are we gonna die?
I'm in no position to fight anyone.
Right.
I just need to know why you would have even bothered. Any of you.
So what are surface level? Is it just?
It's
how
more
deep
just
does it
like
go?
it's almost like that, like the initial like, well, because
Like a
we didn't want you to
reaction
die.
back?
Yeah, it's like the
I feel
initial.
like it would be the initial. The
Like
first thing when he
sarcastic
said it, it would be pity, basically.
yeah.
But
Okay.
then right after that, it switches instantly to thoughts of this hat and how glorious it would look on my head.
Okay. So you get the thoughts of pity, but his words say the hat.
And the rest of you?
I already told you why I did it. I mean, that's about it.
It's the exact same for Ash, I think. It's like that surface level thought is the exact same because she says what's on her mind initially.
Does it go for everyone or just one person?
Just
Okay.
you.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I thought you do. I thought no.
I've looked at it. Detect Thoughts
Okay.
only goes for one
It
person.
would have been.
Okay.
But I
Gotcha.
still am asking everyone else.
Yeah.
But I still get your thoughts for the full minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't get weird.
Or do.
At a certain point, you end the spell because there's so much random crap going through his head that you're just like, okay, enough.
Just a banana dancing across his mind.
It like starts with a hat and then it gets a little more elaborate and all the things I can do to it. It's like changing and it just gets really ridiculous. And I'm like, wait, I have to scrap that. Start over.
Well, you know, the bounty hunter is still out there.
Good. And there's hope.
Can I talk to someone with half a brain?
Oh man, I'm
I
actually
tried
more
to talk to
intelligent
you,
than
but
her.
yeah,
It's fantastic.
it's true.
I'm not really in a position to go off on my own now.
You're welcome to stay with us.
Look, I'm actually curious about why you have a bounty to begin with, because, you know, I remember a talk about, hey, let's all say who's going to get us killed. And she's like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to. And she's like, people just don't like me, it's cool. And you're like, everybody, you guys suck. Everybody loves me or doesn't care. And now we're getting attacked, and I thought we went over this, guys.
You did my voice so well.
Thank you. I was working on it.
You're so
You did
kind.
not get
No.
attacked on my behalf.
Well,
You came of your own accord.
He has a point.
That's true.
I still have, yeah, but it's
I
related.
assume you all want the bounty yourself.
We didn't even know about it.
You knew as of yesterday.
Well, it's
That's
not why
true.
I'm here.
But we didn't know when we set out.
It's true.
And I stole my horse.
If you're worried we're going to turn you in, we're not going to.
Sorry, just and they stole my horse.
I am more concerned with what exactly you did
Yes.
for our personal safety.
I was protecting myself, and I'll like take off my robe, like just top and show like bruises
From what? Or
from everyone at that fort.
I'd say there's more scars. Bruising would have been gone by now.
Okay.
But
What?
there's several burn marks, scars, and stuff from.
What happened
What fault?
to you?
Yeah, Dunan.
Dunan.
Fort Dunan.
What do we know of Fort Dunan? Which one is that? The magic school?
Oh yeah, it's a boarding school for magic users.
They call it a training camp for
It
the
is.
military.
why did they attack you?
They beat me daily.
Why?
I
Because
still have yet to figure that out. I plan to.
that's fair.
Did they beat other kids or just you?
It was only me.
So they beat you.
Can I do an insight check?
You attacked
Yeah.
back. And now there's $1,000 bounty to what? Bring you back and beat you again or kill you or what?
I still don't know what they wanted from me. Why? Was I the one?
22.
You don't pick up anything, any lie or deceit or anything.
Are Zoran and Tibbles listening to all this too, I assume?
They're off to the back. They're letting you guys have your own stuff. I'm assuming that you guys are kind of trying to keep this to your own little group that you currently have.
So are you headed back there to find out?
Don't feel like heading back there is a smart idea.
I'm in no position to confront anyone. It's just trying to survive.
How long were you at that place?
3 years. I was there.
Did this start on like day one? Like, hey, welcome to Dunan. We're gonna beat the crap out of you.
Every day.
So is there something about your family we need to know?
My family disowned me. Just sent me there, stopped talking to me, left me there.
I'm just trying to figure out if there's some sort of like reputation that preceded you that would have caused this.
Nothing.
Do I believe that still?
Don't make an answer check.
10.
Not based on, based on what he's saying, he really genuinely doesn't know what the
He doesn't know
reason.
anything about what his family would think.
You're not sure.
I mean, I'm all for justice, so whatever that takes, as long as you're being honest.
So would you prefer not to go to Kromstock? You know, it's only a hop, skip, and jump from the forts. More of just a hop and skip.
I had a jump for you.
I'll
Well,
let you have that one. That was good. Fantastic.
well, as you can see, I'm now not safe on my own now that apparently I have a bounty on my head.
Well, you've got a hero of heroes here, so I'm sure
True.
he can
And Giant Slayer.
keep track of you.
Thus, my options for going forward are limited.
So you want
Well,
to
if you're
stick
coming
around?
with us, I feel like we need to disguise you a little bit.
I have
That's a great
a way of
idea.
going unnoticed now. I believe
Okay.
St. John's familiar with
Oh.
invisibility.
Yeah, I could do that. Do you need me to do that to you?
I can do it myself now, thank you.
Ooh, fancy.
Just gained a new ability.
He's been watching me.
Leveled up.
So,
I will say, seeing. Well, though you didn't see him do it. You've never seen him cast invisibility. So
In the dagger pits.
Yeah,
Oh,
when
yeah,
he
the difference.
cheated.
that you like, I would say that for some reason that like you picked,
Yeah.
like you caught onto that when you watched it.
Really
You
good.
just so for the past few days that you've been traveling together, that's been just kind of at the forefront of your mind. And through that, whatever magical essence in you has kind of brought that to light to you of how to do it. So through the magical nature of.
are we going on the road by this time?
Yes, you guys have made it. You've made it back to the main road, the Kingdom's Pass, and you guys are currently.
And who
Very
is
slowly.
helping me walk during this
I
time?
assume they had a horse, plus they can make a magical horse.
Yeah, so some of you are walking, some of you they've put you on the magical horse and stuff, and then are you walking or are you?
Me and Skittles are walking at our slow pace.
Okay, yeah. So you guys are traveling slow, so it's
Yeah.
it's still gonna take about a full day's travel to get to Kromstog. You'll probably get there about nightfall.
Yeah.
Tybalt, you do hear Tybalt's. What the hell was it that I was supposed to do this morning? I
Oh,
prepared
you
something.
needed to look up the. Was I awake for this? I'm not sure.
You
The language
Yeah.
of this cloak.
Oh yes. Give me a minute. So he's sitting on the horse, and you just see him. You see his eyes kind of like turn this blue flash real quick as you see him casting this spell. He casts comprehend languages, and well, it is Bizzle. It says, "Death is the gate and the key."
Ooh. What is
I
that?
just,
Thoughts,
Enid,
Enid?
did you say death?
Speaking
She
the
perks up.
language. It's quite permanent.
Death is the gate.
That's certainly
Cool.
optimistic.
It can be.
You see Zoran. He looks at you guys and just says he motions to you to come back by him, and he just says, "You brought to me the information about the other stuff.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a history check.
And nobody else hears this.
DC's 15.
Is this about magic or tech?
No.
Do we not hear this?
I don't think we do.
You want my plus?
What? No.
10.
10. Well, it's just in relation to what you talked to me about the Daxter Spire, Daxur and all that. These cloaks, if they're in relation to that, whatever's going on, Cullis, the scheme, the dock, and the emerald. The emerald is what sits atop the tower.
Are we hearing this, or is this just between you three?
No, it's just between those two.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm not taking notes if I don't know it.
So,
So you think it could be like
Could
the
be.
same group?
and he, you still have the cloak, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So you still have it. He just says, I don't know what to do with it. But keep it. If you figure out something, just let me know.
All right.
Hmm.
You never saw your brother wear anything similar to that, did you?
Did I? No. No.
Hmm.
No.
Wish I was as good of a detective as I was a hero.
Well, anyways, if you just whatever you can figure out about that, like I said, I'm gonna keep looking for any information I can find. But just
What do you think's a good place to try to find information?
you got me. I mean, there's
Yeah.
libraries in Kromstog, but it's up to you.
Okay.
Beyond that, go into the place where it originates from. But that's a dangerous place.
How far away is that?
Well, if we turn south now,
Road trip.
from right now, if we turn directly south, we would reach Grimstone Keep in 4 days. Then after that, it's another day's travel through Shadow Pass, and then you reach the lands.
Well,
Not
that's
sure we're
fun.
up for that just yet.
So, yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, thank you for what
If,
you have
if
said.
we have to go there in the future, not today, would you want to join us?
When the time comes, ask me. We'll see how I'm feeling. I did almost just die, and I've got 2 little ones that I got to think about. So
Understood. Just, I know you like adventure as much as I do.
I do. And death is definitely something that is a risk, a challenge at times that we must face. But it's a matter of weighing the risk and the reward. So,
Understood.
if if in the future that means that I don't have to do anything else to provide for my family, sure, let's do it. Or the guarantee that my family would be covered and protected from the future, potentially. So, but
Did Tibble tell you, is this cloak magical or is it just a cloak?
I did not look. I can certainly try
I
to.
was just curious if you could tell.
Yes, well.
Ritual casting.
Yeah, takes a couple minutes, and you see his eyes flash. The cloak itself, no, but the writing, it's based in conjuration.
Do we still not hear any of this, or do we hear all of this now?
No, he's up there. Yeah, you guys are up together. So now they were doing their little whisper together, but now you hear that, and he says, "Yes, it's based in conjuration magic. I'm just not sure what. Do you know what you would conjure?"
That's awesome. Seems super safe to have that on us.
As long as we don't accidentally
Conjure something.
It said death is the gate and the key. I don't know what that means. So
I kind of want to just say from my horse, show him the goat.
Oh, and this.
is this the last thing, or do you have wish for me to spend all day riding on top of a horse
We are
identifying
super
things?
thankful.
We're good on my end.
for all that you
This
do.
shovel seems abnormally strong.
It is a shovel.
Adam,
That's what I thought.
the
Just
shovel.
checking.
So he spends the next minute identifying that.
Should I read it out loud?
Goat.
Yeah.
Please be a talking
These
goat.
ivory statuettes of goats are always created in sets of 3. Each goat looks unique and functions differently from the others. Their properties are as follows. The goat of traveling can become a large goat with the same statistics as a riding horse. It's 24 charges, and each hour or portion thereof it spends in beast form costs 1 charge. While it has charges, you can use it as often as you wish. When it runs out of charges, it reverts to a figurine and can't be used again until 7 days have passed, when it regains all of its charges.
Nice.
So, you now
There's a
have...
set of 3, and we've only got the first. New quest. Find the goats.
I'm all for it.
Gotta catch 'em all!
So we have one.
You have that one.
We have this one,
Yeah.
the goat of
Awesome.
traveling.
Yes.
That's cool, I think.
So you
Sir.
say after 7 days it
Then
regains
Is a
it-
all?
large
yeah,
goat
then it goes
rideable?
back.
It has the same statistics as
As
riding,
riding
horses,
horse.
according to the monster manuals.
Because according to what I just
I don't
said,
carry monster manuals. I don't know stats.
How are we doing on the time? Just curious.
Almost 9.
Almost 9? Okay. Alright.
Oh my
Well,
gosh, I can't
so
tell.
you guys identify that. You guys have had a lot of conversations, a lot of stuff has come out. You guys are continuing your journey. We'll say that you've traveled for roughly 6 hours, and you can just see, you two especially, see the familiar outline of home. The giant wall structure that surrounds, and you can see that the sun that is setting in the west behind you just glistens across the beautiful sandstone colored wall. The tans, the reds, the yellows, just illuminated. And off and even further in distance, it almost just looks like glass, as you can see the air wastes far, far in the distance.
Almost home, Skittles.
It's a beautiful sight.
So, we'll go ahead and stop there for a brief break, but we'll see you guys in about 10 minutes.
Do
There
it
you go.
again.
And we're back!
That was my fault.
Alright, so
He's just silent.
night has fallen.
At least we didn't do the
I
whole
really do
second
feel
half
like
of
I
that.
just repeated myself.
Yeah.
By the way, every time you say day has arrived, night has fallen, I think of my characters.
I did picture
and
night just.
It's just about
It's
John.
just like it hits all over. It's like, I know he's dead. You don't have to keep reminding me. Well, he's not dead.
He's not
He's-
dead yet.
He's a
just-
stone statue in the Underdark,
And a
being
statue
guarded by a
keeps falling
beholder.
down.
No problem.
So, you guys have entered you guys are on the outskirts of the city of Kromstog.
Cool.
You can see the high wall stretches about 20 feet tall above you with the what are those little notches called?
Notches?
Sure, the notches.
We know what you mean.
Yeah.
And it stretches probably a good half mile either direction. So it's a large, and it kind of curves slowly off in the distance. But Kromstog is kind of elongated to towards the desert. So it's more it's got more width than it does depth, or it's got more depth than it does width.
Okay.
It's like from the main entrance.
Depends on which way you're looking at it.
So from the main entrance, it stretches a lot further than it is wide. So,
Zoran, Tibbles, how long are you guys gonna be in town?
oh well, I plan on staying for a little while. I mean, I haven't seen my family since you guys rescued me from my cave. A week before that, I set out from there, Tea Garden. I set out a week before that to get to Tea Garden to go to there.
Yeah.
So it's been probably 3 weeks. So I'm excited. It'll be good. I've decided to, obviously have my jobs, various things that I need to do as part of the guild, but my main thing is I'm researching art I told you about. Making the tuning fork. Figuring out how to get that into the Great Conflagration. Holy shit. Anyways, yes, if you decide to come by the Mystic Arcanium, please feel free to call on me. I'll be happy to show you around if anybody wishes to, that has magical abilities, wishes to join the Mystic Arcanium. I'm happy to,
That sounds fancy.
happy to, I don't know, you are more of a clerical sort, aren't you? Yes, so you might be older than that if you decide to join any guild.
Are they willing
I
to
have
accept
to go
fugitives?
The
You
order
bet.
of the bow?
Mm-hmm.
Are they willing to
wow.
accept fugitives with
Why
a
do you
We
know
can
any
go. We
fugitives?
Mm-hmm.
one or two?
If there's any, we do a background check. If there's any outstanding laws or warrants on a person, obviously we will be discreet as much as possible. We understand that people wish to change their lives, and we're not to be judging of other people too much. But we ask that you have your affairs in order before you join, if that makes sense.
Fair enough.
So,
How in order do you, blah 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 blah. How in order do your affairs need to be like?
Well, if you have an outstanding warrant for arrest from a legal standard from the city.
That makes a lot of sense when you
yes,
put it that way.
Yes, I mean, if you are affiliated with us, we can offer you protection, but it's one of those things that you need to be coming in as clean as possible so that if something arises, we can offer you that protection.
That would be a problem for you. You're always very dirty.
It looks pretty clean right now.
I just cast Gust.
Just always,
Just stop.
Blown away.
she's like just walking but slowly moving backwards.
Wait, how
So
am I
you
ankles
guys-
today? Is it still the same day?
Yeah, still the same day. It's evening time. You guys
Makes
are
sense.
approaching the gate. You guys are almost to the gate. Is there anything we should do?
What time of day is it? It's
It's the
nighttime.
evening, yes. And you do see that a couple of guards. So the gate is currently half of it is closed, and the other half is open. You do see a guard positioned on either side of the open gate. It usually closes. So you guys are familiar with the gate schedule.
Yeah.
Roughly around 9 o'clock in the evening or at sunset. So currently it's roughly 8 o'clock. It'll stay open until about 4 hours past sunset, and then the gate is fully closed, and you can only enter in through one of the side gates as a person. You can't bring any materials or carts or any wagons or anything like that in through the
So
gate.
how far from the gate are we?
You are approaching it about 300 feet away.
So we can get through it. Well,
So what are you doing?
How close? Size-wise, how big are the guards? I can't imagine.
So 300
They-
feet,
Yes.
you can see their so think about a track.
Mm-hmm.
So it's what 100 meters. There's a track that's about 300 feet. So if you're standing at one end, if you're doing a 100-meter dash,
you can't see details of the people, and it's like
but you can see their size. and
Okay,
you can
then
see, you
I'm
know
not
where
doing
it is.
anything. I was going to go invisible, but if they saw someone on a horse, now they're not on the horse.
I don't know.
It's dark.
You probably still do it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's so if you want to do it, this would be the time to do it.
What's your guys' plans for the evening? What are you doing in Kromstog?
Do you have a place we can stay?
Yeah, I'm casting.
Okay, so you go on.
Anything?
Well,
You hear Tybalt just say, "That's a good idea."
What do we enter first? The market district, or
Yes, you enter into the market district, and the very first thing that you guys know is the Hearth of Teagarden,
Yeah.
or the Great Hearth
Right.
of Kromstog.
so I know that. I know all that. Yep.
So
in my house is in the
your
market
house is
district.
in the market district. It's if you go in normal
Yeah.
ways, yeah.
Okay.
Should we
Is it too?
go to your house or
yeah,
mine?
is it too late to?
So you guys get to the gate.
Yeah.
Is where we
Okay.
get first.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, halt.
Hello.
Oh, hello there, miss. What can you guys stopping in the evening? I see that we've got several riders. What's your business?
I live here.
And we're with them.
Yeah.
Live here.
Sinjin Sikowitzes, hero of heroes. I live in the Windbreak district.
You are Alonso's boy, aren't you?
Yeah. How's it going, Jeffrey?
Pleasure. Pleasure seeing you.
And now his name is Jeffrey.
You remember Enid? She's
Yeah.
Hi, Jeffrey. Nice to see you.
King's
It's a
make the
pleasure to see
DM write notes.
Jeffrey, the gate
How's it going, Jeffrey?
I was just coming home with some friends. We were out in Teagarden for a bit and really busted up my leg a bit, and our horses seen better days.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, we're just looking forward to getting some rest.
Don't blame you. Gate's gonna close about an hour, so if you need anything, do anything else outside the gates, feel free to do that. Obviously, if you guys coming in,
Absolutely.
Zoran, hey, good to see you. And Tybalt, my pleasure. Right.
You
Jeffrey,
are,
my man.
You are so popular.
We need 2 mirrors.
Yeah.
All right. Kind of looks over you
Mirror
and
needs to see
you.
it out of the whole section on its own.
Don't know if I've ever seen anybody like you.
Thank you.
Wow. Pleasure to meet you. What's your name?
Ashlyn.
Ashlyn, pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet
My
you
name's
too,
Jeffrey.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't get many people from Northvard up here.
Just traveling through
You
with them.
with St. John. Right.
Yeah, some friends we made in Tea Garden.
Oh, in a month we're gonna see you.
Absolutely.
All right.
This ankle will be healed by then.
Ah, good. Well, you know, plan on placing some bets on you. How do you think
It's
your
a smart
chances
bet.
are?
Well, is insert name of other famous person going to be competing this year?
Titus, yes.
Yeah, him.
Titus, yeah. Well, I think he is. It's just one of those things where you never know what it's going to be, right?
Well, it's time for a
I
new.
think I've shifted my accent so
Yes.
many different times. I don't know what I started
never
with
know.
or what I'm doing. Just kind of fluctuating my voice a little bit, doing a little bit of an Australian southern top thing. I don't really know what's going on. Jeffrey is a unique individual.
He's from Jeffrey of Compass.
I've been practicing. Won a game up in Tea Garden recently.
Really?
Yeah, so I think my odds are pretty good.
Well, I'll keep an eye out for you.
Sounds good. You have a great night.
You too. All right. Feel free to pass.
Nice to meet you, Jeffrey.
Nice to meet you too. All right. And you have entered in to Kromstog. You see before you the great hearth is the very first thing that you see. You see a giant structure, but at the very opening, it's shaped like U. You're facing the opening to the U. No, to you.
Face.
It is you.
You can see
like you.
that there is it's a very similar to the one in Tea Garden where there's a sloped roof that sits over the top of it, almost like a vent for the great hearth, and you can just see it is a massive fire pit essentially that is just set up in the middle of the square. There's an archway that walks over the top of it, made of stone, so that way but you can walk over essentially the center of the fire. It's very warm and hot there, but it's not going to burn you or anything. It's insulated to keep you from being burned. You see several attendants of a priest of the Temperate Soul currently working there. You can see that they are currently in construction of the other spires. So they're taking. So if you guys remember, I said that Tea Garden was kind of the initial place to incorporate that into their temple, where they're creating the offshoots to the other gods that are recognized as being of the neutral or good planes, not evil deities, but of accepted practice. But yeah, you see those are currently in construction. You do see the walkway that's currently going up to the Stormlord. Or I don't think it's Stormlord. Sorry, that's Critical Role.
Yeah.
To the Tempest. So you can see that his temple is currently being constructed, as well. So you just can see the beginning of the spiral staircase, but it doesn't reach up like 40 feet above the rest. But it's currently in construction. So, but yeah. So you see that, and you can see behind. You can see just tents, almost as far as you can see, just behind this. You do see a couple of solid structures, but beyond that is just rows and rows of tents that are various colors, shades, sizes. Just like you're kind of just hit with this overwhelming, and you hear a bunch of noise coming from the various areas. So you have arrived at the main entryway in the Kromstog. What do you wish to do?
Have you guys ever been to Kromstog?
No. Well, welcome.
No.
Well,
What are
welcome.
all those tent thingies over there?
That is
The market.
Yes, the market
the
district.
market district.
Oh, I wish I had more money.
Well,
I have
let's
enough
not
for
worry
something.
about that. I mean, it's getting late. We should probably rest and get home.
Do we have to find you?
So
and
can we
I'm
sit down?
sure Father and Mother won't mind having them over, right?
We get to meet your
Great,
parents.
I mean, we can always go to my house.
Yeah, if things get weird.
Oh,
It might get weird.
Why
If
would
it
they
gets weird, we'll go to your house.
okay.
Wait,
Alright.
wait. Why are they gonna get weird?
I assume
Have
it
you-
runs in the family.
I mean,
I'm invisible still.
It's gonna be great.
I am so excited.
We gotta
to meet
drop
your
Skittles
parents.
off anyway,
Glad
because
no
no,
one
one's at
mentioned
your house
that.
to take care of Skittles.
You're just
Dear
So,
God.
we will begin heading towards my home.
Your home. All right.
Yay!
Okay, so you guys begin making your way. You can see various vendors. You can see a lot of them are beginning to close shop for the evening. They're closing the flaps on there, and you can see that they close on the inside. A lot of the people that live here in Kromstug, and you guys are familiar with this, they live in the tents. This is their life. Various merchants come and go. A lot of people will just come. They'll set up for a month or two, and then they will take their tent elsewhere. They'll go somewhere else. It's one of the most unique markets. There are some permanent establishments though that have enchantments on them. You guys are familiar with this. That have enchantments on the tents to keep from blowing away in the wind or anything like that. Like they've got protective enchantments that keep them there. But yeah, I've told you guys which ones you're familiar with.
Yeah. Do we pass by Tabitha's?
His
no,
dad?
it is
No.
off. It is off to.
is that his dad's?
It is off to the. That is off to
Just
the
okay.
northern side.
Oh, okay.
But you guys are currently walking towards just kind of walking straight through the market district to head to the Windbreak district.
What about his dad's?
That's in
Wait,
the other
shop.
place.
That's where we're going.
Oh, okay.
But his
So.
shop's in the other place, right?
Yeah, it's in the
Oh.
Windbreak district. So, the market district is set up to be a place of business and stuff, but it doesn't mean there's not other businesses in other areas.
Oh, okay.
So,
I was picturing that was like all the business.
Yeah.
No.
So you guys are walking. There's a various assortment of houses, and you as you guys are walking by, you do see your house off in the distance. It's more of a lighter color, sandstone color, more whitish. Like it has a hue, but you haven't been there in a while. Yeah, and so you guys continue going. You eventually make it through, and you as you get to the end of where the tents do, you do start seeing larger structures. Larger homes, apartment buildings that have been built. You do see what appears to be a large castle-like structure, but from what you're familiar with, is that the monarchy's crumbled from a while ago, and what you guys are aware know that many of the more wealthy-to-do merchants or whatnot have rooms in the main castle now. And some of the guild heads will live in these castle-like places, but anybody is free to go to them. No one. It's not off limits to anyone. There's obviously you can't go into someone's house or room uninvited, but you can walk into the main castle itself and walk around what used to be the great palace halls or you can see the beautiful structure. There's a beautiful artwork, but there's not restrictions based on it because there is no monarchy. There's no governing class essentially that's stopping and accumulating all the wealth for themselves. So you begin making your way. You guys have walked these streets thousands of times, and so it's easy knowledge. So you make it through there. As soon as you pass the giant structures and you come on the other side, you feel this burst of wind hit you from the side, or from the face, and you feel flecks of sand kind of hit you, and you're like, oh
Probably
my
should have warned you
gosh.
about this.
Or could we have stopped and let them pass?
Yeah,
first?
sure. So you see them kind of slow down. They've been leading the way, and like, oh, please, after you.
Yeah.
And so you guys step forward, and you get hit.
I'm still on
with
the
sand.
horse. Did you stop the horse?
Our horse is back with us.
I didn't
but
know if
he's
I
not-
was on the magical horse.
You were, but I'm assuming that's
But
gone when
with-
Tibble's
Yeah,
gone.
Tibbles.
So you're
was-
not walking.
Oh no, they're still going with you.
Oh.
Okay.
Because Zoran lives in the Windbreak district as well. So, Tibbles will go back. So they're used to it as well, though. But immediately, And you can almost hear like it howling through the streets and whatnot as you get here, and you're starting to understand. It's called the Windbreak District because this is the district that breaks the wind. Breaks wind.
A lot of fart jokes.
Not a
A lot of fart jokes. Get ready for him.
So
Can I cast Gust while invisible?
no, it breaks invisibility.
How crowded is it around right now?
In this area, there's not many people currently on the streets. You two know, and you actually do know as well from your own experience that this is kind of a place that you would have spent some time in. That there's not much activity on the streets outside of normal hours and stuff. The wind tends to pick up at night and forces people inside. It's just annoying having sand in your eyes all the time. So,
like when we get in here, I drop the invisibility.
Okay.
What I see,
gotcha.
and then constantly be casting Gust in the direction of the wind, just to.
Okay, so you every
Counter
6
it out.
seconds you get a breathe, and then yeah, okay. So you guys walk on for about 10 minutes. After about a 30-minute walk through the market district, various vendors being like, "Hey, stop! Hey, I gotta tell you something. You guys, it's just like they try to pull you, but you're like you guided them.
Yeah.
You guided them through knowing what to say to not be impolite, but also to let them know, hey,
We got on it.
we got stuff to do. So you end up going past. Give me a second. You walk past the Howling Tavern and Inn. You hit this. You hit a little. You begin making your way towards this opening area, and you can see that there's larger structures on the eastern side of the city because you guys have been walking from west to east. So, like where you're heading straight ahead of you, is you can see these larger structures that appear to be households, but they're also blocking the wind. But there's this large open area right in the middle of this, and this is probably one of the loudest areas you've heard. Is just the wind, whoosh, and you can see little dust devils pick up and they die down. But you can see what appears to be a tavern. It's called the Howling Tavern Inn, and you guys are familiar with Nebja Zarnu, the owner of that. You can see off on the side of one of the buildings is your father's tinkering shop, Alonso's Tinkering Treasures. And
Does it look like he's closed for the evening?
It does. And you can see, but you know that you're getting close. His house, you just have to turn left here, go past his shop, and it's maybe about 3 houses past that. So you continue walking, and you are outside of your house. It's a simple house. It's many of the structures here have been blasted with so much sand that any definable features have been erased.
Do we have a place to put Skittles at our house?
Yes, you do have you do have a small. Well, no, it's your horse.
Right.
Not
There's
really.
no one at her place.
Yeah. So there's not really a place. You could. The Howling Tavern Inn does have a stable.
Those asses.
It's only a couple blocks away.
Got it.
Let's say we stopped.
Yeah.
You're
let's-
thinking that you could easily procure.
Yeah, we'll stop there first. We're gonna have to stop here and probably drop off Skittles, see if we can get him some care.
Good.
Feel
I have
free
some
to have
business here
Have a
too.
drink.
You have
All
business
right.
here?
You know people here?
I'm checking the wanted posters.
Oh, good
Well,
plan.
we can go in and see if it's an interesting place, right, Trent?
We're going to go to, I don't know if it's her or someone else we would talk to about stabling our horse.
Okay. So you guys enter into the tavern. Let me change the music real quick.
Good idea.
Saw a thing on Facebook the other day. It's like the sorcerers that checking one poster, and the paladin comes up. It's like, "Are you a criminal?" Not here.
You just discreetly take one down and fold it up.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it.
So
Not anymore.
you guys enter into the tavern, and you can. It's a low lit place. The windows are all shut, and you can hear the little wisp of the. You can hear the shutters on the windows. The rattle every few seconds from the wind that's howling. You can see a little bit of sand building up on the windowsill, where wind seeps in and whatnot. But there is a lively presence here. Let's see. There are. As you entered in, you did notice there was a couple of sand dunes that built up on the back side of the building itself. Nebja usually leaves it there to let it accumulate. Who cares? It'll end up blocking more wind and more stuff. So you walk in. It seats roughly 25. There's probably about 10 patrons in here currently. But yeah, you step in.
Don't worry, everyone. St. John Sikowitz, hero of heroes, has returned.
I want to quickly walk off while he's making.
You have got to be kidding me. Is that you, St. John?
Absolutely. Hold on. I pop myself up on the chair. I'm here.
Oh dear. What? And you can see this dark-skinned, strong build, strong build, but it's fit. Just a very, very muscular arms and female. You just see her though, and you just see her smile and just look at you, being like, "Well, shit. What brings you here? How long has it been?"
Oh, a couple weeks, months. I'm not sure, but
it's been a long time.
Well, it seemed like this place was not as lively as before, so I thought I'd come by and help you out.
What do you mean? This is one of our better nights.
Well, that's the problem. Look, I brought you more patrons.
Get off the damn chair, sit down, and let's get you a drink.
That's probably
what
good
the
plan.
hell happened to you?
Well, fighting giants, hellhounds, hard life being a hero.
Same old damn surgeon.
Also, before we get into too much, do you have an opening at your stable? We kind of had a problem with Ian's family horse. He's pretty banged up.
Oh no, what happened?
Giants, they throw big rocks.
Are you being serious?
I'm dead serious. You can ask Ian if you don't believe me.
Yeah.
They throw big rocks.
She holds out her hand. It just takes your hand. It's just like it's very nice. We'll have to share stuff.
Yeah.
You keeping him under wraps. You keeping him on the down low.
Yeah.
Gets a big head, and I'm getting worried about him. I'm just getting nervous. Yeah,
Well,
you know what to do.
Yes. We'll check.
But really, he did get banged up pretty bad.
Oh well, sure. But yeah, let's go. And she's like, "I'm back in a second, boys." And she leaves, and you hear one of the other patients and ladies. She's like, "I know. It's just whatever." So she walks out, and she goes out, and she opens up one of the sides, and you can see it's on the back side, it faces west, and so it's a solid wall, but it houses two horses. So it's empty. So she does that, and she just says, 1 silver per night. I'll feed it, water it, everything.
What about additional medical care?
Yeah, do you think the horse healer could come?
You'll have to see about the care. I've got to manage this, but if you get anybody else that wants to come look at him, just make sure you send him to me, and I'll run in one direction.
Oh, well, thank you.
But that'll be how much he'll cost.
No.
That's
You'll have to do it.
Oh,
But I'll make sure he's fed,
So
watered.
It's an actual job.
But medical care, that'll be on you.
God.
Really?
Yes, really creepy.
You ever five
Provides your
rolls
horse
left for
if it dies.
50 nights, right?
But it says that
5 silver per night. So,
Oh, 5 silver per night.
or did I say
You said 1
1
silver.
silver? So yeah. Oh,
It's 50 nights.
oh, wait, long time.
Look, I don't know how long he's going to be here.
Big stream into
Do something nice with the rest of it. Just make sure he's very well
Right.
cared for. If someone comes and helps him, make sure he gets the help he needs.
Understand. Well, I appreciate it. Sounds
We
Alright,
appreciate
just tell me when you're on. No, I can
What
get it.
did I say?
5.
Fantastic. I already forgot.
Oh, while they're outside, I want to check the bulletin where notices are posted and whatnot.
Okay. So you walk in. You do see various wanted posters and whatnot. You do see one for a forlorn Helmsworth.
I'm taking that down.
Make a sleight of hand check. See if anybody.
Are there other wanted posters too?
Yes.
I'm taking another one down with it.
Okay. It got cocked in the middle of the table.
No, still.
It went up by
It
1.
was one better.
So 6.
Okay. It doesn't matter. People tear these down all the times to look for, like, to take them with them. So you,
That's what
it's not an issue.
I'll find this guy.
That's what I was kind of thinking. But I didn't want to.
People tear them off and use them and, to find people. So.
I just wanted to stress you out.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Fury was stressed out. I mean,
I know.
so you rip it off and you have another one. It is for a dragonborn. It appears to be a red dragonborn.
is there a name?
Yes. Yes, there is.
Brythorn.
Pythorn?
Brythorn.
Brythorn.
Guys, let's just be bounty hunters.
Brythorn.
Be bounty hunters now.
You get to wear cool
It
hats.
is for
We're trying to find
500
Cardin.
gold.
Put a
Bounty.
bounty on him. Find him.
I'm hoping for anybody to look like.
I'm gonna write this
Rough
down.
sketch.
Sometime
We're
I can
gonna
see it.
find this guy and
It's gonna be
expect
like-
a reward.
See red dragonborn. Guys, it's Brythorn. Oh shoot!
Every red dragonborn, we are taking them
Your
down.
name, Brythorn.
I found
How
it.
much is the bounty?
500
500? Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna turn that guy in.
We just get 100 gold for that. Yeah, we're good.
It's just
it
still trying to
says
feed his kid. But he's
for
falling down.
the murder
Sorry, Bryce.
of
For the murder.
of
Just the
two
murder.
innocents.
Oh, ooh, yeah, Brythorn needs to be found.
You have a
and brought
higher
to
bounty than a
justice.
murderer.
That's true.
Which
Holy
is what
moly.
I want to figure
I'm
out
not there.
why.
I'm sorry.
You're just staring at the two, just like, why?
So. Okay. So, anybody else doing anything? You guys are in the tavern. She gets back in. She gets behind the bar and she says, "Well now, any of you lovely ladies care for anything?"
What do you recommend and what doesn't cost a lot of money?
Well, we've got some wine. She pulls out a little cask, and then she just kind of, she's like, it has like a little stand and stuff, and she can turn it sideways and like to pour out some of the wine. But she is like, I also got mead.
What
it's
costs the least?
Mead is good. We get that from over at the Merchant's Meadery.
She usually just eats fruits and
No,
vegetables.
I
I
was
think.
going
Well,
to...
if you like fruits and vegetables, if you want mead, it's based in honey.
That sounds really good. I'll do that, but how much does it cost?
Oh, well, I mean, this will just cost you 1 silver.
I can do that.
Alright.
I want to come out and be like, this one's on me.
We have a suitor.
Thank
How you doing?
Not like that.
Just saying. You paid for her drink.
This one's a little moody. It's fine. He's been through a
Better
lot.
get your attitude right. I'll kick
Want
you out
to
of this
try
bar.
some?
You
I
got
don't
it.
take too kindly to rudeness.
He's had a really bad day.
Yes.
Apologies.
Yes.
Thank you. At this point, you guys do see appears to be an individual walks in wearing like very raggedy clothing and stuff.
It's a red
and you-
dragonborn.
No,
Attack!
very raggedy clothing, and you see that
Get
he
him.
it's a human, probably in his late 70s, a little bit of a walking cane, and you can just see Nebja just kind of acknowledge that he's there. You see her go into the off to the side, and she gets a little pail of water, fills up a glass, walks over, hands it to him, and you see that this individual starts unloading whatever they have, and kind of makes a little pillow for themselves, and lays down on one of the benches on the side. You guys are very familiar with that. She was taking a lot of takes in the homeless at night. So this is not uncommon for you guys at all. It's one of the reasons you love Nebula. Just you know that she genuinely cares for people. You've actually stayed one night here.
So how have things been back in town?
Huh? I mean, it's it is what it is. It just business has been pretty good.
Seen
That's
any
great.
of my mother in here?
I think you should talk to your father before I mention anything.
Yeah, right.
So
Just
no,
kind of
I've
wondering
not
what I'm walking into.
I haven't seen it, so yeah.
All right.
I think that's a conversation you need to have with him.
Awesome. Well, we should probably get out of here. I'd love to stay all night, but we've been through quite a lot, and Some people are pretty hurt, actually. So,
Well, you don't look so good yourself.
well,
Take care of him.
it's a
Make sure he gets
stretch.
back on his feet.
First thing.
Literally.
On my feet,
Barely.
Just- like Kane. Look, that guy inspired me.
There you go. Alright, so you guys exit, make your way back to your abode, and knock on the door. Let me.
Is Zorn and Tibble still with us, or did they leave now? Now that they're in the windbreak. Well, you said Tibble's left, but is Zorn
Yeah,
still with
Zorn has stayed there. And
And-
actually, no, he went home,
us? Okay, yeah.
and then Tibbles has gone back to the market district, so they've left now.
Do you want to go in first?
You know, we'll just go in together. It'll probably be great. Overwhelm 'em. It'll be fun.
Okay.
I mean, we don't have a lot of room to put them up. You guys might be sleeping on the floor.
That's okay.
But it's not
We've
near
got
it.
pillows or
giant
stuff,
guts.
and it's not with giant guts. And they're not going to charge you for the night. But yeah, we don't have a lot of beds,
It's okay.
and our beds are smaller.
So, right as
It's like rocking into, like,
he
Shire.
opened the door, I'm casting Detect Thoughts on him again.
Okay. What is your first surface thought?
Well,
When I open our home,
Yeah. No, so he.
uh,
as soon as-
so it's,
as soon
right
as-
when we are moving into
Okay, so you're casting Detect Thoughts on him?
during the chaos that he spoke of.
Okay.
wait, I'm confused.
So,
Is this walking into our home?
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Once you walk in
I
and
just
chaos
walk in?
ensues.
Yeah. No. So,
I don't know if I have to knock
Yeah,
or
yeah.
not.
You'll probably.
Because it kind of depends on who answers the door.
Yeah.
So, I guess trepidation right now, but no one's answered the door yet, so I don't know. Just
I don't know what that word means.
Trepidation, like worry, anxiety,
Well, I'm not,
nervousness.
I'm not casting it until
oh,
Not
okay.
until. So you
Alright.
I want the conversation between him and family.
don't hear anything for a second.
This is just me being nosy.
I forgot my key. I know you tell me not to forget it, but I forgot it.
You see the blinds, and you see an eye, but it's like enlarged through a spectacle. And then you. What? They St. John?
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
Just making sure it's like, Dad, how's it going?
Oh my goodness! What brings you here?
We were back home in
St. John Sikowitzes, the hero of heroes. In
That's-
case you guys didn't know.
That's right.
Oh, no.
Enid's here. These are my new friends.
Hello.
We've been adventuring.
Oh.
I cast a spell.
Okay, yeah.
Very happy and relieved to see my father. Just that would be the emotions of surface thoughts. I'm very happy.
Well, you've got some. Enid.
Oh, my.
Just.
This is my father, Alonzo Sikowitz, the great
pleasure to meet
proprietor.
you. Yes. What can I do for you? Well, obviously, come here. Duck your heads, please.
I was hoping. Have you guys had dinner yet? We're kind of really hungry.
It's 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Have we had dinner? Of course.
Can we have another dinner?
Yeah, of course.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
So you see.
I was kind of hoping. I know it's late, but they don't have anywhere to stay, and they're hopeless without me, their leader. So I was hoping maybe they could stay. Yeah. I mean,
Has to stay forever.
We've been on quite some adventures.
We have.
Along
He's like, hold on a second. Riva!
Dad.
she's still up.
Well, now she is.
Fantastic.
So you hear this, Dad, please stop. I want to sleep. I've been working all day. Just let me sleep. Your brother's home. Your brother's home. What? St. John? And you hear this, this is a scuffling. Okay, so what you see, Alonzo, you can see that he has got this like tuft of hair, and it wears this large spectacle that he has lifted up now. But he's it's essentially that's all it is. It's glassless frames, but it's only the one large one that does come down that has glass in it. But his hair is a wild mess of curly brown. And he is short, he's currently, you do see a blacksmithing tinkerer's tools bib on the side that's covered in oil stains and grease, and the house is tiny. but it is just filled with gears and sprockets and little tiny springs and little tiny things all over the place. And you definitely have stepped on a couple little things in your way. But it's yeah, it is what it is. And so that's what you see of him. Very pleasant smile, super exciting. Next person that comes out, you can see this about a 16-year-old girl comes out of the room, your younger sister, and she's got this curly brown hair again, but it's you can see that it's put up into two like buns, held in place. It's kind of almost like Mickey Mouse ears, and again, but she's wearing a set of glasses, and she's just smiling. She looks at you, Sinjin.
Come here!
And
Even though it hurts, I'll lift her up.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm calling her daughter Sikowitzes.
No, a 10.
Okay, your leg hurts as you pick her up, and you just feel it throb with pain. But you hold it in. You don't let it show. You feel
Put her back down.
feel like you've saved face in front of everybody.
Almost
Except him.
everyone.
Do what?
Except
Almost
him.
everyone.
Almost everyone.
You know service level thoughts.
Pain.
Yeah. What did he hear? Oh dear God.
Oh God, put her down, put her down.
That's what you heard, but you did not see anything. How long do you have it for?
A minute.
A minute? Okay. About this time, then it fades away. So you got that exchange of all that stuff going on. Oh, well, Riva, can you start making some dinner for everybody? Sure, why not?
We're having 2
Listen.
dinners tonight. It's a great time.
So she goes and she starts whipping stuff up. So please come sit down. I don't have any seats for you.
We can sit on the floor.
Yeah, that's watch your
We
mouth.
don't have company a lot.
You see him. He walks over. He grabs a broom and he just sweeps the spot. If you'd like to sit here, sweeps up the spot. If you would care to sit here. First off, hi, Alonzo.
I'm Ashlyn.
Ashlyn, pleasure to meet you.
Meet you.
Alonzo, obviously.
Yeah,
What's your name?
That's a funny name.
Name's Fury.
Fury. Oh, furious. He sweeps off the spot for you. Oh, please. And holy shit, you're big. Man.
That's rude.
I mean, no
That was
offense.
out of game.
You put the crap out of me. I'm just saying. Pleasure to meet you, Alonzo.
Trin.
Sure, pleasure to meet you. Hey, I like that. That's cool. He sweeps.
He's great.
He sweeps the spot for you to sit down, and he just says, "Well, obviously, you two can find your own seats."
Yeah, I'm gonna
My-
go help.
my
I'm
usual.
gonna go help Reva actually.
Oh,
Is your leg
yeah.
still in the splint?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
yeah, you've got it wrapped around.
I mean, we got
It's one of
pants
your
probably
one
like
of your
over it, but yeah.
sword sheaths.
Oh yeah.
Your sword sheaths.
Yeah.
Can I find a spot to like set some my
Yeah,
I'm, like,
so
in
you,
full
so you
armor,
start
like-
you start doffing
All your bags of
armor.
money. Ching, 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 ching.
I want.
I don't have
Sorry.
that
So
much money.
can I like
You
cast
have a
ice
fucking
knife,
gold
but just
bar.
like keep the ice part just in my hand?
It detonates after you cast it.
I figured it detonate like if you like hit it to something.
It's one of those things where it's like you
Are
create
you
the
ready to
knife and throw
explode
it,
the
and then it
house?
explodes. So you have it's almost like you create a grenade in your hand and you
Killing
throw
my
it.
father.
That's just the nature of the
I
spell.
was
You
gonna
can,
give you something to
you
put on
could
your
attempt.
stupid ankle.
So remember, you could attempt to create something different in the future during downtime stuff.
Oh, like just a block of it.
So you guys are all kind of
I'm
sitting
gonna,
there. So
I'm gonna
Little
chat with
spot.
Alonzo.
Alonzo. Oh yeah.
How's my house? Were you able to check in?
I've
on
not. I've checked on it a couple times. I mean, it's still standing.
That's
I walk
good.
by
Still
this in the
standing.
market. most of my days. Usually Reva's the one that goes by. So.
it? Oh, okay. Well, I'll check with her.
Okay.
How's business?
Pretty good.
Good.
Yeah. I've made some new inventions.
Oh,
It's pretty good.
We'll have to show.
Yeah,
Show us
we'll stop there tomorrow morning. It's fantastic. My new favorite one is Fancy Pants Spring. It's fantastic. So anyways, we'll see that tomorrow. But yeah. So, who are you? Obviously, Ash, Fury, Trin. Who are you? What brings you here with Sinjin, the hero of heroes, obviously?
He saved my life, and I owe him a debt of gratitude.
He did. You did now.
That's true. I call from the.
Yep, that's him. What about you? Did you save your life too? He's got a little band of followers now?
Did he? I don't think he has. But he's done a lot of really impressive things.
That is Sinjin Sikowitzes
Yeah.
right there. Yes.
He did the thing
It
with
is.
the dagger, and he
The
like,
dagger pits, I know. He's amazing
he
at it.
picked it up.
He's- oh. And
He
he,
is quite talented. I'll give him that.
he is.
I say it loud enough for him to hear.
I knew you'd come around.
This is just like an elaborate
Just
show
don't go
on our
falling in
part.
love with him. He breaks the ladies' hearts every time.
Oh, don't have to worry about that.
She's already tried, Dad. I already put her in her place. Don't worry.
They did ride the horse
Horse
together. Yeah.
Oh, we're riding a horse together. That's well, that's none of my business. Anyways,
That was because he was too slow to keep up.
he's not that slow.
He was pretty slow.
He was pretty slow.
Compared to a horse. I move at the same speed as all of you.
Your broken legs.
This was before.
Yeah, that was before the
That's
record.
All right. Was there anything else you guys wanted to ask him while he's sitting there with you?
No.
Okay, so switch to you and Riva.
Hey, Reva, how's it been? How's
Oh my God, who is that?
which one? His name's Fury, and he's super moody. Like super moody. Yeah, he's definitely something. He's really cranky all the time.
I don't care.
Okay. You know what? I
Okay,
will.
guess
I
we're
will
the
talk
same
to him
age.
about you. I will tomorrow. Probably better than
I'll
tonight.
introduce myself. I have no problem.
Okay. Yeah. How's Mom?
I was not mentally prepared for this.
Well, maybe we should talk to Dad in private.
Oh, so she's not home.
No,
All right.
hasn't been for a while.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, I killed a hellhound and a giant.
No way.
Yeah. Stabbed the hellhound right in the eyeball. We got the ears out there of the giant.
Show me. Otherwise, I don't believe you.
All right. Hey, Ash,
What?
can I borrow one of those ears?
Oh yeah, they're starting to stink though. So
Okay.
don't-
Oh, put it in the shovel. All right.
Holy shit!
Look at this.
Oh my God!
It's like half your size. Yeah.
Can I cast gentle repose on the
Sure, you cast general repose on the ears and it begins to stink less and is
Yeah.
preserved.
We're gonna get money for turning in these ears.
How much?
Watch out.
I
or
don't
he'll
know.
try
We
to
gotta split
pickle
it with my comrades and stuff, but a little bit.
Can he do that?
It's been time.
Yeah.
Sure,
I
you can
know.
try.
I got. Yeah.
I don't know if they
We're
want to
doing our
pickle
best to keep up, but it's just
giants either.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why would they want to
a
pickle
little bit. It's been
pig's foot?
better. It hasn't
I
been
don't know.
as
That was
much
gross.
money gone.
Yeah. If I give you something, can you give me that later after everybody's gone?
For sure.
That's
Yeah.
not happening.
I'm going to give her the remaining 25. Just
Get this.
don't worry about it. I got it. I've been doing some work. Just
That's amazing. How much do you have left?
life was
I
good
get-
up until
that you're able to
I
just
got
this?
more. It's fine.
What?
I'll have
You've got more?
Well, I will have more.
that.
But
Man,
just keep it.
just keep us running for a year.
That's the point. Just keep it hidden. Give it to Dad after
Damn it,
we're
the
gone.
eggs are burning.
Oh, it's gonna be fine.
Why is there so much
What
smoke?
is
I'm pretty sure one of the people hasn't had eggs.
Cast
They won't know that
gust.
they're not supposed to like that.
A little bit more fire picks up as you add air to the flame. She's like, no, stop that, stop that.
Okay, because it is open fire.
she keeps.
What was that?
Going to set the house on fire.
I was just getting it out of my
She
face.
was like giving you like the
Yeah,
eyes, you know, like the eyes.
Are we gonna be able
Like
to
the
just put
best
some little
friend?
bedrolls
Yeah, like
down
the
somewhere?
There was a lot of
Eyes.
smoke in the
You guys can
air.
just remember if you want to put Fury.
My eyes are watering.
Well, I was thinking
too.
more of the girls
They were more
with
like-
the girls and the guys with the guys. You know, man talk, girl
Never
talk,
seen
that kind of
Nick
thing.
look at me like-
No, that's not. But you know, don't really care.
It might be good for Enid. You know, you like her. You haven't seen her in a while.
I like her.
Well, I just don't think the nighttime where we sleep is the best portion to
I
get to
think
know
it's the
him.
best place.
Yeah, I thought you might. And so we're going to do it differently. And yeah, we're going to go there.
What makes you the decision maker?
I just gave you 25 gold. You're Sleep in the room with the girls.
Big persuasion check with advantage. That was awesome.
Oh,
This is like the cutest scene.
18. Because I have so much plus.
Make it 30 gold.
I physically can't do that, but I have this shovel that you could melt down and make something really cool.
I can also just make it something cool too with this shovel. Sure. Deal.
Got it.
You
All
see
right.
them give each other a handshake. And
And
she's
he
like,
hands him the shovel.
the shovel while she's cooking the food.
Like I said, it runs in the family.
Is this normal here? I don't know.
Of course it is.
Well,
Should
after
we
dinner,
have
we're
the
gonna,
shovel too?
you know,
Oh no.
girls are gonna
That
bunk up in
part's
her
not
room,
normal.
and
Oh, okay.
No.
you know, you and me can hang out in my old room.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
You're-
Guys night.
Yeah, guys' night. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting the dad and the sister's voices confused. Is that the dad?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
All right. So is the food passable?
It is.
Good.
It's food. It sits in your belly.
Good.
There's a
Well, I
portion
want
that's
food.
burnt. So there's a burnt flavored everything. Unfortunately, that she just got distracted while she was cooking.
Yeah.
You distract her, Sinjin. Way to go.
Yep.
She makes sure she points it out every time anybody takes a bite.
Yeah. You know, you
Sinjin's fault.
you put a little salt on it. It's really not that bad.
Well, it would be fine if it wasn't burnt because of Sinjin.
Yeah.
It
So
still tastes really good.
Mhm.
Thank you.
I still
Yeah.
It would taste better if it wasn't for.
Sinjin?
Yes, there you were getting
You got it right.
I still
Fantastic.
eat every part of it though.
Make a perception check real quick.
Yeah, she's very excited
13.
about that.
13. You do catch her eyes kind of keep looking over at you every now and then again.
I do not look up.
Well, Dad, I think we should probably start. It's been a long day. Can we get some rest?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, Fury, my room's over there. We'll meet you in there in just a little bit. I'm going to talk to my dad for a bit.
I still need help.
Right. And Trin, would you mind helping him in there, please?
To walk.
Yeah.
Yes, his
walk
breakers
on my
are
own.
broken.
That's right.
So how do you help him? It's by,
How big is he compared to me? Same
he's
height?
tiny. No,
Tiny?
like
Oh.
he's like 3 or 4 inches shorter, but like muscle mass, like he's
I know
scrawny.
he's scrawny.
Tiny.
I wasn't sure how tiny. Like, I could just pick him up.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pick him up.
Okay, so she just picks you up underneath the shoulder, she like walks you into the room.
I don't say a word. Just
Welcome. She's like a grumpy cat.
Don't touch my Vanguard comics. They're in mint condition.
I don't plan on touching anything.
Except the floor.
That's awesome.
Like,
All right.
I gently set him down. So as not to re-break his ankles.
Thanks.
That's what Ember actually wrote.
Yeah, I assume so.
Great.
So I'm going to attempt to talk to my father by himself if everyone else goes to bed. If not,
Okay.
I'll wait.
I'll lead the girls.
Okay, let me switch the music real quick.
Ooh, nighttime music.
Instead of the Goofy.
I like
So
it.
I guess
liked it a lot.
I guess while I'm in the room alone, I do want to try to see if I can create some ice for my own ankles. And if it explodes, it might hit me a bit.
Gonna destroy his bedroom.
But
He comes up and all of his comics are frozen and ruined.
So, you end up going into your room. Before we get into the conversation, is there anything else that you ladies wanted to do after? Like, if you're wanting to have conversations when you get in the room, that's fine.
I'm sure we'll
I think we
Okay.
talk.
chat.
Okay, so
I just
No.
want to look into the book I got with my feet.
okay, so then I'll do this with you guys. So I'll do this with you.
I got the book.
Hey,
Hey, I hear it's been a little rough around here recently.
yeah. I mean, we're managing. It's one of those things where it's go and make a perception check.
I rated these 12.
12. It's easy enough to see. You don't see your father wearing his band currently.
couldn't help but notice dinner was absent one person.
Yeah. Well, your mother has run off with someone else that's a little bit more up to do in the town. Yeah.
Do you know who?
See, it varies. So it's not one in particular. Just your mother.
It's not important. How's Riva doing? Is she helping you a lot?
She's a godsend.
Yeah.
I wish that I had her win. She is a natural at this stuff. Every invention that I've ever made, she can make it better. It's and work. I've made stuff that has worked, and it's obviously kept me in business, and it's helped provide. But she is gifted. It's unbelievable, And obviously you. I mean, where did you come from?
I don't know. But that reminds me. I have something I promised someone you'd take a look at. It apparently worked once, and I thought maybe you and Riva could take a look at it and pull out the glove from Tibbles. I'm not sure what it's supposed to do. A guy named Tibbles had it. Said he got it from you.
Oh, Tibbles, Gregory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, he didn't even tell me what it did, but he said it worked once and then it was having some problems, and he kind of did me a big favor. I thought maybe we could look at it for him for free.
It's a glove of manipulation. It allows you to extend your hand essentially like 30 feet off to the side, and you can use it to maneuver things, and you can cast, and essentially, let me show you. Pulls it on, and you watch as he begins to concentrate slowly, and you can see a faint purple hand appear and stuff. And essentially what it does is it allows you, it increases your ability with Mage Hand. Instead of only being restricted to 5 pounds, it increases it to 15 pounds. Okay. You can wield a weapon with this. Okay. If you're wielding the glove, and you have this, and you have the weapon. And then as he's doing that, it fizzles out, and he's like, oh. Well, I'm assuming that's what he was meaning.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm sure you and Riva will figure it out. He's in town for a little while, but I just promised him to take a look at it, if that's not too much of a hassle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I created it, and he was asked for something, so I'm trying to make it for him, and it obviously works at some point. I just can't. Yeah, maybe you can look at it and figure it out.
I'm sure he'll buy more if this works out well. He's pretty well connected in Mystic Arcanum. I've been trying to put in a word.
That's a place I've tried to get into for many years, if you remember.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm not as skilled with magic. I'm limited in my abilities, So, I'm excited to show you the shop.
Yeah.
I've created some new stuff. I think you're going to like the fancy pants.
Fancy pants?
Fancy pants.
My pants are a little worn out, so...
These fancy pants of spraying will get you right back up on your feet.
That's what I need. I kind of busted my ankle a little, but nothing too bad to worry about. I can take it.
A little bit. You all right?
Yeah, it's sprain, I think. Yeah, but Enid's taking good care of me. I don't know what I'd do out there without her.
It's true. She's been your best friend for as long as you've been kids.
Yeah.
Since you were kids.
I mean, we're still kids.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I mean, you still got a couple 100 years before you're really into my age, so.
Look, I gave Riva a little something. It's just gonna...
Oh, we don't...
No? It's a little something. Don't even worry about it. It's,
I can't stop.
I'll try out your pants for you.
Well,
see how that works.
I happily will give you a family discount.
Thank you. That's all I require.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna get some rest.
All right. Well, just know if you see your mother. Just know that she still loves you.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well. All right. Well, get some good sleep.
Yeah. You too.
Thanks.
All right. I'm gonna go to bed.
All right. So you three ladies, what do you do?
Is Reva in the room?
Riva was
Right,
cleaning up
so
some stuff
Okay.
and whatnot.
Text
So you
dogs.
three are in there currently by yourselves.
Okay.
I don't even know what to ask. Or say.
I'm gonna go get water since I wouldn't hear this anyway. And
We should read
I'm
it.
kind of maybe like making some.
What time is it?
15 minutes.
I'm maybe like making some space in her room for them to lay
Okay.
down. You know, kind of.
And her
shuffling some things.
room is much more organized. You
Yeah.
see
Okay.
everything is in a neat shelf. It is neatly organized. There's nothing on the floor. Very well clean. Very
Okay, well, I'm putting
kept.
some pillows and blankets down because I
Okay.
would probably know where those are.
Yeah.
Did I actually, for my reference, did I get for that ritual spellcaster feat? Do I have that book? What am I supposed to do with that?
You essentially are using your own journal.
Okay.
It's something that you've had on your mind for a while. And so you have your journal, and as you've over the course of time, you've been slowly just jotting down things.
Mm-hmm.
And through that, what have you jotted down?
The fine.
How cool! Like one would be just kind of like the idea of having a companion.
Yep.
What's another one that you chose? I think you got to choose two, right?
Yeah. How cool it would be to not have my money taken when we were sleeping again, and if like something were to let us know, you know, if
Alarm.
somebody, yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah. Okay. So over you've slowly been able, like, kind of using unknowingly every time you've been writing in your book, your journal, when you've been having these ideas and jotting down the ideas, you've been casting some of your druidic magic, infusing it with these pages. Just kind of unbeknownst to you, but you've each of the times it's just like you kind of been imploring like how important this would be and how beneficial it would be having someone almost having eyes watching out for you, whether it be actively or while you sleep. And so you came up with the ideas of maybe a companion of some sort, being able to look through their eyes or being able to have them see the danger before you enter it. The idea of having something protect you while you sleep. An extra first alert of some sort. So that's,
Okay.
I'm just kind of explaining how you've come about your
Okay.
feat, essentially.
Cool.
Trin, I don't think I got the chance to ever thank you for healing Skittles and Sinjin.
You're welcome. I mean, it was
really
not a
appreciate
good situation for sure. So you guys go way back, right? He's not here. I looked at him, but he's not here.
That's hard,
You
right?
guys go way back.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever not known Sinjin. Since we were little
As long
kids.
as you've been kids.
As long as we've been kids.
As long as you've been kids. I don't even know what I went on now.
So yeah, this house is just like my another home. So if you need anything, let me know.
And do you have family nearby as well?
Not anymore.
I figured I had to.
Yes.
What happened? If I may ask.
Well, my father passed away when I was very young. And my mother and brother are no longer here either.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So, I can't ask anything else actually. I want to pry. I don't think she would pry into why. Except for say I'm sorry. That's awful.
Well, thank you. Ash.
Ashley, are you just currently writing?
Ashley
She's
usually
just like-
carries the conversation. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah.
I was
Back up,
scribbling
back
my
up.
stuff
Back
in
up.
my journal.
Ask her some questions. I don't know. So
Yeah,
what do you guys have planned after this? I mean, you're home now.
Well, I think we're gonna rest here for a while. You know, Sunjin needs to heal up and maybe find another adventure.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to figure out what
What's
the
your-
rest of us will do because I mean, obviously we can't stay here forever. And
There's
Well,
stuff.
maybe our paths will.
There's stuff that I need to look for out in that desert over there. With all the stuff.
The door opens, and Riva steps in. Close the door.
Did we notice at all
Hey,
her ever
Rebecca.
looking at Fury during that whole thing?
Make a. I'll let you make a perception check.
Okay. 19.
19. Yeah, you noticed her glancing.
So I noticed something when we were eating dinner.
What did you notice?
You kept like looking at our friend,
Which friend?
Fury.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course.
a
He's
lot.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you like him?
Yeah.
like
Tell me all about it.
best friend.
Oh,
He's-
he's kind of really rude. But I think he's okay.
Sinjin said the same thing. I
Well,
don't really care about that.
So you only care about looks.
No. You think I'm shallow?
Well,
Is that what you just said?
No. I just said he's hot and he's gorgeous.
Reba, are there not any guys in the?
Just saying. I saw him and it was like electricity.
oh, that's
He's-
funny.
well-
Why
Because
is that
he's
funny?
like, I mean, he likes electricity.
He does?
And
Did
he's
you literally see electricity?
Because that might have.
Like that's what he. Is he a wizard?
He does magic-y stuff.
Not
Does
really.
Yeah, he's like really good, but
She runs over to a shelf and she pulls out a notebook. Please tell me.
He's dangerous.
Dangerous.
Oh,
Making this worse.
no, like people like that trend, like especially like.
So like what kind of electricity? Like is it sparks or is it like boom? what is he doing?
I have no idea.
I think we've only seen like the.
You see her, she
so
begins
far.
sketching some stuff. Like
What
I
were
mean,
you
he was
doing?
lost
I'm
and
trying.
almost dead for
Let me-
most of our
can I
time
see?
together.
sure. And she holds it around. You can see that it's there's like mathematical equations and stuff currently doodles, and it's like a faint outlines of like what appear to be gloves and stuff. And so you just see her kind of, or like her eyes are lighting up. Tell me more.
He likes to eat birds.
That's not helpful. You guys are talking about electricity, so that's kind of what I'm focused on right now.
He likes to blow wind.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yes.
again, back to the electricity part.
I don't know, he just
We
blows
don't-
stuff up.
Yeah.
I think you're the one who's seen me do
So,
that when you were in cat form.
so, what's his name? Fury. Besides, I mean, is it just Fury?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Fury.
Yes.
Like the one person who actually learned my name.
He's probably not going to like say anything nice to you though, so don't like
That's
have your
fine.
feelings.
I can play hard to get too.
I don't think he's even gonna try.
I don't care.
I don't know if he's like playing.
No, it's one of those things where it's just.
I think he's got a lot going on.
Maybe if you
we've
write him
all
like
got
a
lot
really
going on.
nice
You
letter.
especially too.
And we're not sticking around
We all
long,
have
so
life going on. Might as well live it, right?
It's true.
Hold on, I need to write that down.
Life
We're not-
advice right here,
we're
right
not
now.
staying. So
Well, that's fine.
are you going with
Make a
us?
clip of
No.
that.
Okay,
I'm gonna deter this train.
great.
What are you trying to do? I mean, I said I like the guy. That's it.
I have no problem with it. Just
Yeah.
want to make sure you
We
know
all seem to have an issue.
all
with
the
it.
information.
I mean, well, hold on. Do you have dibs on him
No.
or something? I mean, he's kind of young for you, I
he's
think.
like 12.
He's actually 16, is what
I know.
Sinjin said. So, do you have dibs on him or anything like that? Do you have dibs? Well, if you have dibs, then I am.
How do you call dibs on the person? Is that what Ian did with Sinjin?
Kind of.
What?
How's my house?
How is your house?
You see her scribble a little note, and she's like, "It's fine. It's the way we left it. It's clean."
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna give you 5 gold for just
No,
looking in
no,
on it. No.
I insist. I
Why
insist.
you buy yourself
You
something
keep
fun?
St. John alive. That's fair enough. You bring him home. You do it every time. Okay.
All right.
Can you
Deal.
imagine
Deal.
how this conversation would be? if-
So,
There's one more thing I want to do before I go to bed.
just keep him alive. You ladies too.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
If you're going off on adventures with him, I mean, more help. I mean, woman, Lady Power.
He
come
never
on.
has gotten very close to dying since we've met him.
yeah, he's been alright.
Then what the hell's wrong with his leg?
Well, he wasn't alright.
He was
Ankles.
saying giants.
Giants throw big rocks.
I know that he can heal himself. I know that you can heal him. So why is his leg still messed up?
Does he have a tendency to?
You know how stubborn he is.
Yeah.
Does he have a tendency to what?
Well, get in over his head.
Well, yeah.
Also, then you know. That's
Well,
what
yeah,
happened to his
but he always
ankles.
gets away. He always finds a way out. This he just came a little bit more banged up, and I was concerned. I just want to make sure that you were.
He'll be all
We're
right.
gonna look
Okay. Well,
heal him some more tomorrow.
so next job that I would ask for you, and if there's anything that I'm happy to try and create or design for you, I'd love to. By the way, I've got ideas for Fury already. Anyways, so if there's anything that I could possibly do to help you in your adventures, feel free to let me know. I'm happy to use my creative brain, especially since Sinjin helped us out a little bit. He spent a lot more time thinking. All right.
Maybe we can sleep on that.
Okay.
I think we're all had a long journey.
Fair enough. All right.
So, you know,
Okay.
call it a night.
So, you and Alonzo head into the room, or are you staying out for a little bit?
Before I go into the room, I just want to finish writing a letter I had already started before.
Okay.
Just finish it and pack it away and then go to bed.
Okay.
Just when I'm by myself.
You do see Alonso come in as you're getting ready for bed, and you see the Sinjin's not with him. So, but you just go to sleep.
Probably pretend I'm asleep.
Okay. So eventually, after about 30 minutes, Sinjin comes back in, lays back down. And for the first time in a while, you all feel very peaceful. You feel restful, and that you're protected. And that's what we'll end tonight's session. You guys get a long rest. You are back to full HP. Your ankles are on the mend. Your leg is on the mend. Yeah. So currently you are still not able really to walk by yourself. And you still have that detrimental thing currently going on. So
Got it.
yeah. With some more healing, your ankles will be fine. Yeah. So okay. Well, thank you guys very much for watching. Anybody that tuned in, we'll see you guys
Next Wednesday.
next Wednesday. The following week will be off, but potentially there will be a one shot of some sort. We don't know. We'll check in. We'll let you know next week. So
Sure, I'll give you a
see you guys later. Bye.
Sorry.
Bye-bye.
Bye.